Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, hi. I'm excited to finally continue the main story. Oh man, I wonder what kind of drama's gonna end up happening. No fear, no pain. Main story, main theme for tomorrow, Act 3, Nexus Point of Future. Abnormal Spectrum, Episode 16. Yeah, no fear, no pain, especially since I'm doing just story mode. Eventually I gotta do it properly, so that I can get all the rewards, but for now, you know, it's chill, we chill here. Let's see how this goes. Abnormal Spectrum. I know the truth, forsake all other truths. Ooh. Ooh, there's like 5 special interlude stories after you complete all the stages. I mean, I'll do multiple for next week too, so it should be fine, even like not finishing it all this week. Man, the bottom part's kinda cut off. I know the truth, forsake all other truths. There's no more need for men to war with men. Evening comes, look, night is near. Something are words, poets, lovers, generals? The wind lies low, the fields are something with dew. The stars will freeze in the sky, something soon. And we will sleep beneath a something last. We who could never let each be... Hello. I love the start, full salvation. Fill the emptiness and confusion with words. Ah yes, just keep yapping. Emptiness and confusion, what's that? No fear, no pain. Oh no, are we starting off the meeting? Ew. The State Council of Ursus, Autumn 1099.
Could someone please tell me how much longer His Imperial Majesty will allow this charade to continue? A day? A month? Or perhaps a whole year? I've quite frankly had enough already. The Victorians have gained the power to control catastrophes, and even those devils, savages, have built battleships that fly in the sky. And yet we are supposed to waste our time discussing how to deal with this jester.
Sir, if I may, this is a kindness bestowed upon us by His Imperial Majesty. After all, many citizens continue to believe the madman still possesses some form of noble virtue, and that is why His Imperial Majesty was willing to allow the judgment to be publicized. The limit was 7 days, and as of moments earlier, it has been 6 days and 21 hours.
Nonsense! Absolute nonsense! How are we supposed to sit here and enjoy these obscenities? Hoping the madman will come to his senses at the toll of the bell on the final day.
Sorry, sir, but I'm afraid so. The good news is once the bell tolls, the State Council will begin voting here and now. And when the time comes, you'll never have to enjoy this ever again.
Humph. I know that, of course. Alright, now get out. The clown's death may be a foregone conclusion, but until he is in the ground or burned to ash, he will still be Ursus's last... Rodstvo.
Yeah, sure, Mr. Jittery Noble. Wow, just wow. Ooh, she has a fun design. Hello, Silent Soldier. Hello, ma'am. I love your hair.
Huh? Did my eyes deceive me? That looked like an Imperial Guard uniform. Is he back already? The break didn't last 5 minutes. He didn't even have a sip of water during his speech. The final speech.
All eyes are focused on an out-of-place, ragged man walking to the center of the council hall in big strides. He is standing tall, yet his limbs seem relaxed. There is no hint of worry for the future or signs of pain that come with the struggle for survival on his face. Barely 5 minutes ago, he made a speech here about love, compassion, and how he forgives all those who decided his death. Wow, how nice of him. His 60-long speech has fatigued his audience. I love that, though. He's just been yapping non-stop for 6 days. His 6-day-long speech has fatigued his audience, yet he appears completely unaffected. He raises his hand, and all around him immediately fall silent. Well, might as well. Just troll for as long as you can if you're gonna be sentenced to death anyways. Like, oh, I'm gonna die anyway, so yap. He begins to speak with a smile.
My dear friends, or perhaps those who regard me as an enemy, surely, all of us know that this is the end. As such, I shall not be discussing the meaning of love or proclaiming my forgiveness to you for all the mistakes that you've made. and all that you put me through. What I shall now discuss is the future. The future of a blind, illiterate man.
Preposterous.
We must keep in mind that recounting history is the most noble power, and such power can easily blind us. For 2 decades, His Imperial Majesty has shared his glory with his subjects, yet they have never made the necessary preparations to accept his blessings. I have never once doubted the Tsar's kindness. However, a kindness that is out of time may as well be poison. No doubt the rebellious armies and the northern tundra infected have proven my point. The despicable villains raised their rebellious heads and spilled their vile blood on these holy lands. The arrogant scholars proclaim that they have mastered the truth. Yet their harmful words feed on the souls of innocent, like wicked worms. This ignorant arrogance propagated like wildfire. For this, the masses have forgotten what it means to be humble. The empire's forgotten what it means to be kind. Now, our grand empire and her citizens find themselves alienated from one another. I can see the past and the future, not because I'm wise. I'm only a fool. Rather, the trajectory of the future is already written in the trials of the past. I do not regret revealing to the masses the future that I saw. Even if I must stand trial for this, I have no choice but to spread this prophecy. I saw the end of Ursus. I saw the fall of a great empire.
Ooh, what did you see, dude? How did it happen?
And that is why I'm standing here today. I ask His Imperial Majesty the Tsar to prevent all this. If my worthless life is the price to accomplish this, then please, by all means. If even more blood needs to be spilled to cleanse Ursus of its filth, then I beg His Imperial Majesty to spill it. For an even greater cause, and for Ursus's eternal glory. Once this trial is over, no matter the sentence, I shall begin my sacred journey. Again and again, I shall extol the virtues of humility in an attempt to restore unity to the Empire's glory. Perhaps you think me an arrogant man overstepping my place, but I lead no armies and make no laws.
Ooh, the events that took place in the year 1101, chapter 15 in the masses travels happened in 3 months in that order. Ooh. From July to September. Oh gosh.
Perhaps you think I'm fatally ill, but I'm not a madman, nor am I out of my mind. My hands are emptier than even those of the junkmen. My clothes are more tattered than even those of the infected. All I've done, my mistake, is to see a different history and to hear different voices than the others. The traditions that drive us never to whitewash our past, our pain, long buried deep underground, will again be unearthed. The cries that compel us never to attempt diminishing this cruelty, long fallen silent, will again ring loud and clear. When the time finally arrives, perhaps, our great nation's future will change for the better. All angers will be quelled, all sins will be forgiven, and all pain. All of it will be assuaged by the purity of patience.
Northern Tundra Wilderness, Ursus, year beep. How ominous sounding. Quick, run! Keep running and don't look back, just like the others. Uh-oh. What's going on here?
No, we won't get away. We can't run from this. Even when we make it out of Ursus, nothing but death awaits.
Stop breathing so hard. You're going to breathe the snow in and choke. Oh. Emperor's Blade.
Indeed. He would choke on his blood.
Well, what? How did you break free so fast? No way. Impossible.
You were a clever one, but it's not enough. The illusion you cast on me was rooted in your own experiences to a certain extent. Your mistake was not realizing that putting us through the pain in your illusion is like trying to shift mountains with a feather. At the very least, this demonstrated your power. You have what is needed to become its replacement.
Its replacement? Oh no. I told you, I don't know a thing about your demonic power testing, and I'm not interested.
This is not an invitation. This is an ultimatum, of course. You have been able to save them not once, but twice. But 3 times before I tired of this. But I tire of this charade now.
Stay back, unless you want to take away my corpse.
Your voice is no longer calm. You're beginning to doubt yourself.
Ooh. He said Ursus will fall. You believe that? When you first heard from Tallulah? Ooh, they'll become the second god of their demise. Or burn and rise like a phoenix. I'd want them to burn and rise like a phoenix. Like, come on. Let's have some hope. But yeah, hopefully.
What is the price to use the Yurtstovo's power when you're not one?
I don't understand what you're getting at.
All things have a price, and you're nearing your end.
Perhaps we're both gonna die together at the end. Just us.
So you did not hear them, or perhaps you simply do not have the energy left to notice more? You do not hear the sound of those footsteps on the snow. You're trying to save these people, even if it means sacrificing yourself to kill us. Yet you're unable to hear that they are only meaningless parasites. They're never willing to stray too far from their homeland. They claim to be unwilling to turn their backs on their motherland and hold on to the meagerest glimmer of hope. If they choose to run, they intentionally slow their steps or even turn back to face their deaths. By leaving this place, they will become unable to confirm their own existence, even if this existence would bring them nothing but despair. Unfortunately, your warning is meaningless.
What?
Just as you told them, do not look back.
Ha!
I don't wish to bring Ursus, a year-old's foe, whose bodily functions are ruined. This would be a waste of time. Even with your abilities, it's hardly a fair deal. Thus again, I recommend that you give up and come with me.
I'll say it again too. I have no idea what a Yurotsuvo is, and I have no interest in becoming one. Besides, even if I go with you, what about the infected? The ones you chased into a dead end?
They have their own destiny to walk.
No.
Perhaps you should speak your mind more clearly.
I said no. I need to. There's silence and tension all around. A complete sentence has yet to surface out of the aether. And the snow continues to fall around them, but the black entity has stopped marching forward. Before the next cluster of snow even touches the ground, a dark mist has already begun to spread. Stay. He suddenly loses his urge to continue forward. The other half of his cognition, stripped of reason, waits for the sight he saw earlier to reappear.
The same trick won't work twice.
But nothing, there is nothing. There is only the inexplicable pause. The pitch-black substance endlessly emanating from him, and the thick dust accumulating from the mist. Almost like there's black snow falling.
What? But the demon inside of me has a slight leak. Yet you're able to use my power to shackle me.
I'm just using the illusion in that filth trapped in your body to make you face yourself. No more meaningless struggles, else... else you will die. Oh dang, they even share equal political power with the Emperor. Ooh. They possess immense wisdom by possessing maniacal behaviors. Interesting how this person doesn't even know about the stuff. Either being forced to be brought back in your own dominion. Oh, that's what Cal has to say about them, though. Now sleep. Good job, mystery person. Bozumoy, this...
Boy, are you okay? Is the black monster still coming after us?
He won't chase you anymore. Oh, that's what the Earth think about it.
What? Quick, get out of here. Head south before he comes to, and don't you turn back again. You have to leave this place if you want to live. What are you talking about? He won't chase us anymore? What's that supposed to mean? Are you saying you managed to convince that unreasonable lich? Enough, go! Go where? The preacher told us before, those who turn their backs on the motherland can scarcely be called human. We don't want that. We don't want to turn our backs on the Tsar, on Ursus, and you. You managed to get him to stop chasing us. You saved us. And you accomplish the impossible. But you still won't tell us your name? Just, who are you? That's not important. Or are you perhaps... Are you perhaps the Rhodesful who vanished long ago?
What?
But the Rhodesful should be in splendorous places. Should be in splendorous palaces of deity Grifferberg at the Tsar's side. No. Right. If you don't belong here, then this blessing received is a stolen one. In that case, it's only fair that we're punished for it.
Lady, no, stop it!
We must endure, we must persevere, we must be silent, but we haven't been able to do any of that. Even so, you protected these sinful souls. In that case, you must be the Rhodesful. Otherwise, you wouldn't have kindness and compassion to offer the infected a helping hand as equals. In that case, there's only one name you could bear. The name that you don't want us praising. The name shared by all Rhodesfulls. Gabrielis.
Oh, all the hands.
Gabrielis.
Oh man, the Kelsey thinks that they're seen by the earth sense as proof of some blessing or enlightenment, but in truth is closer to a curse. Oh no! One becomes a curse, Rhodesful, not through some so-called revelation or devotion, but through a ritual we've yet to understand. Ooh, it might have originally from the frozen lands of Sami. Only one person can pass the ritual at a time, and the individual becomes a Rhodesful. The ritual grants the participants the ability to see and do things ordinary people cannot. However, the power it bestows far exceeds what a human can endure. It shatters the Rhodesful's ties with the world and condemns him to madness. I want to root for this person.
It's the Rhodesful. Our Rhodesful has returned.
The Rhodesful? Like the one in the tales? Is it the Rhodesful that Mama said that would love us, even if we had a stone disease? Even if it is not by our side? Yes, it's her. She's returned. She defeated the villains and saved us. That's something only the Rhodesful could do. The Rhodesful saved us. The Rhodesful... The boisterous crowd and their hands all gush towards her. They keep pushing and pulling, like waves splashing upon a beach, all in an attempt to do so much as touch the corner of the idol's shirt. Even if her attire is hardly any different from the tattered clothing they are wearing. Fully surrounded, she is no longer able to prop herself up or think. The moment her knees twitch and fall to the snow, she seems as though she is going to collapse and pass out right here and now. But she can't, not here. The Royal Guard is still here, and those executioners who want to use her to kill even more people are still here. She can't close her eyes. She can't give up just yet. Ugh. That moment, she even seems to think that her tongue is once again working with her mouth to clearly enunciate her words. However, her body simply curls up and quietly gets smaller and smaller. She endures it until the pain subsides.
Rhodesful.
She's not the Rhodesful, yet there's a price to pay. And despite being the one mistaken for the Rhodesful, she does not know what's the price she has to pay for this absurd charade. Sometimes, not knowing the price is itself a price. Mantra, what's wrong? Hi, Mantra. The leader's quiet voice suddenly echoes in all of Rhodes Islanders' minds.
Everyone, stop.
This...
Repeat. Everyone stop immediately. The area is demonically corrupted. Demonic corruption here? But aren't we 1/3 of an Ursus away from Sami? How could this possibly...
Doctor? This may not be a normal demonic corruption. Dominion. This may not be a normal demonic corruption. Central Far North Mining District, Ursus, Autumn 1101. Radiant Squad last known coordinates should be around here. According to the timestamp of the original signal sent back to the city, they last sent out a message 10 days ago. The laboratory she mentioned is roughly 3 kilometers up ahead. Monster, have you faced the rogue guy before? Monster, are you able to analyze anything here? Are you able to analyze? I'm looking. Based on the scale and shape of the corruption, this is very likely to be caused by Dominion. Ooh, since the original ritual came from Sami, it might have been twisted in Ursus. Ooh, maybe. Having a similar body structure as the Emperor's blade. The collapsal's essence, though, Right. A fight against the Royal Guard probably took place here. It's strange, though, for such an intense battle, there are any traces of arts nearby.
I understand you're worried, Doctor. But knowing Rydian, she would definitely have tried to leave tracks we could decipher.
At the very least, this explains something happened here that called for the Royal Guard's involvement. Clearly, that the Grand Duchess is hiding something from us. At the very least, Radiant Squad might be in an extremely dangerous predicament. Radiant Squad might have been involved in whatever happened here. They might be in an extremely dangerous predicament.
Correct. Whether they are going after Rydian or the laboratory, it seems we need to pick up the pace.
Let's go! Distant dawn. There is no light to bear witness here. No fear, no pain. We need to find a safe route to the research institute. Elysium? We need to find a safe route. Ooh, stair. Central Far North Mining District, Ursus.
Looks like my equipment's not working right. It can't detect the precise range of the contamination. I think this is a miner's accommodation. The real danger here might be whoever's still around, really. This is demonic contamination we're talking about. Captain says there's no trace of any mental activity in the entire mine, human or animal. At the very least, the contamination hasn't blocked the way to the Institute. It's mostly headed south, actually. We can swing a detour around the north. It'll take us roughly 3 hours longer than the original plan, but the time loss will be manageable.
Nods. A 3-hour detour. The scenic route. Wow. I've been thinking this for a while now, but you two work really well together. Elysium and Mantra have been working together for many years now.
Ha ha ha. You could say I'm Rose Island's most experienced operator when it comes to working with the captain.
Hello, hello.
It takes a lot of her to speak, so if it's not an emergency, I get to be the one passing on the message. So what do you think, Doctor? If we set off now, we should make it before sunset. Not that the sun sets in the Earth sign far north this time of year.
We set off right now. Get our friend up to speed on our detour. We set off right now. Hello, man with the cool-looking hair. Don't fall behind now, Aloysius. Sorry. Was just inspecting the mine equipment. Nothing to do with our travels together. What's going on? Why do you stop for so long? According to the map, we're very close to the Institute. Don't tell me you found some... thing?
It's traces of Dominion. The Royal Guard was here.
You don't seem shocked?
I hope you're not insinuating I'm hiding something. Gosposa, Amiya. Or I'd be very hurt.
I hope you share any pertinent information with us. At least while we are collaborating. What do you know about the whereabouts of the Royal Guard?
First of all, only the Tsar himself has the authority to know the comings and goings of the Royal Guard, let alone a lowly surgeon such as myself. But honestly speaking, after the illustrious Grand Duchess of the Far North declared martial law and shut down the mines, the Royal Guard showing up would not be much of a shock.
Then, if they're already conducting an investigation of their own here, where does it leave you?
You're a clever one, aren't you? The news of abnormal infected miners in the central far north has made waves, and many are cautious. Many are curious. Naturally, while most Ursine have the right to curiosity, they do not have the same right to information. Please understand that, as a surgeon, I'm limited in what I am allowed to say. I hope my explanation will not cause too much confusion. Gosposa Amiya.
No, it's fine. I understand the position you're in.
I've never minced words about how this job could improve the resume of an Imperial Guardswoman like me. Though I did imagine it being much easier. Anyhow, the dream is dead. The Royal Guard being involved is a bad omen, no matter how you look at it.
If that's the case, are you still set on traveling with us?
Of course. I chose to take on this task, and quitting halfway would hardly be the decent thing to do. Before we continue onwards, we shall reaffirm our trust in one another? Shall we reaffirm our trust in one another?
I look forward to our continued cooperation. Just like the time we met. Bresk Far North Ursus 3 days ago. Wow.
Elysium, give us some direction.
3 days and we're already traveling together, dang.
Mierda, the signal's all laggy. It's like there's something interfering with our encrypted frequency. Whatever, not important. 10 guardsmen to your west. Turn right at the next crossing.
What are you talking about? The west is on our right.
Did I say right? Gah! Do you see the city hall? Go in the opposite direction.
I see it, but the crossing ahead is where the plates are disconnected.
What? There's nothing like that on this stupid map. Well, you're practically surrounded by guards, so that's your only way out.
Got it. Can you keep up, Amiya? I can. Hold on tight, Doctor. Doing my best here. Your best isn't good enough. Fine. I'll hold on to you instead. Monster, I got noodle arms. I'm trying my best. Ow. Phew. You alright, Doctor? I'm good. I've gotten pretty used to it by now. Next time, I can try running by myself. I'm good. I think I'm good. Haha. Glad you're doing well. Guess I can relax then. We arrived at the designated location, Elysium. Elysium?
Don't stop moving. There's guards.
Oop. The line cut out. The terminal says Elysium's still moving, but we don't have any way to reestablish communication. It's like short-range comms have been unstable ever since we entered Bresk. There's also no way of telling if it's because of the far north's extreme weather or human interference. I am curious though. Why would Bresk send so many guards to detain intercity merchants? It is rather strange. There haven't been any issues with the ID cards. Closure Fortress. Maybe we're not the ones they're watching out for. Maybe they're watching us for different reasons. Yeah, maybe we're not the ones they're watching out for. Putting that aside, Bresk is supposed to be a quiet city. It's strange that it's so fortified. It's supposed to be a quiet city. Or strange, very strange. This isn't anything like the intelligence we had. If this goes on, we won't make it into the mining district. Holy cow, the big changes between the map. I wonder how old the map that he got is. Because yeah, that is a huge difference in that case. Everything's completely off. Doctor, should we rendezvous with Mantra's team and discuss?
Doctor, finally got to you. Keep moving. There are guards heading your way.
I think I figured that out, thanks. They're fast. Get behind me, Mia. No, don't engage.
Alright, interloping scum, hands up!
Let's take a deep breath here. What laws have we violated to cause such a fuss?
You trespassed in the industrial zone and attempted to infiltrate a private factory, violating Bresk's migration regulations and Ursine urban public security measures.
Could I ask you to reconfirm, sir? When we entered the city, I'd never heard of anything about a prohibition of foreigners entering the industrial zone.
It's a new regulation went into effect just after you reached Bresk.
Wow, right after we reached it, huh? Thanks.
You will be detained under the law, and then public security will decide if you are to be deported or exiled, considering your circumstances.
If we inadvertently violated Bresk's new regulation, then I deeply apologize. We're just here to look for an intercity merchant. It was stated clearly in the itinerary declaration we submitted upon entry to the city.
Save it for public security.
We didn't mean to offend. There may be a way for both of us to save time here. We didn't mean to offend. I believe Bresk, Pearl of the Far North, treats its guests well. I'm sure the Grand Duchess is as kind as the rumors say.
Enough of that. I don't give a damn. I'm just doing my job.
Sir.
This way.
No, sir, we can't delay any longer. I'm sorry. You see Emilia shift her body, surreptitiously protecting you. Monster observes your surroundings, looking for a way out.
You don't know how things work around here. Get them.
Warning roar.
What are you standing around for? Get in there already. What, can't even handle a little feline girl?
Sir, look behind them. That looks like the...
Spit it out already.
The Imperial Guard.
Yorunda, those pretentious bastards should be in Grifferberg. What would they be doing in Bresk?
What, those clothes? I'm terribly sorry, sir, but I'm afraid she is right this time.
You...
Aloysius Gorchakova, Surgeon of the Imperial Guard, Vanguard Battalion, here from deity Grifferberg.
What are you playing at?
I have a simple request for you. Overlook this little breach of protocol and release our pitiful guests.
You're with them?
Unfortunately, they're indeed my friends. Since you're now aware of my history with them, surely you'll do me this favor, yes?
We're long way from Grifferberg. Why should I care about that?
Because I stopped by public security and filled out all the paperwork. The young Ursa sways some papers in her hand. In the dusky gloom of the polar night, none can clearly see what is written on them.
But
if I were you, sir, I wouldn't play around with my future like that. There are many lost travelers, but rarely a chance to curry favor with the Imperial Guard. Ah, yes, may I ask your name or your service number?
Alright, Sergeant Gorchakova. I'll report all this to public security. You may go. May your authority be as eternally glorious as the Tsar himself.
Thank you for the kind words, sir. But none has an eternal glory as His Imperial Majesty. The rest of us will have to leave the stage when the time comes. Well, I'll be off with our guests for now. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for helping us get out of that sticky situation, ma'am. But why exactly did you... Shh. They're so close by. Also, my cute little goddess, you may call me Aloysius. Ma'am is too formal, while guardswoman or girl is too crude. I believe names are what's best for our current relationship. Thank you for the help, Aloysius. You really knew how to handle those guards. Thank you for the help, Aloysius. You're the greatest, Aloysius. Thank you. They most likely thought you were ordinary traders, easy to shake down for a quick chevalet or two. Same way they treat Colombian sightseers. But you're hardly tourists or traders now, are you? Let's cut to the chase. Why are you helping us? Good, good. I appreciate candor. I will answer your questions, but not here. Once you have gathered your friends, we can go somewhere far from prying eyes and ears. We don't have much time. Relax. I won't be wasting your time. This is all in the service of your goal. Hello? The fact that they used to, Genius people is kinda oof. Not a place I'd want to visit.
Well, here we are.
Where is here?
An abandoned apartment. As far as I know, the guards don't care for these nigh-empty old districts. An empty place may sound wasteful, but it's true. No matter how the deity Grifferberg Times tries to cover it up, it is a widely known fact that the population of the far northern cities has been dwindling these last few years. As time goes by, this place becomes deserted, and the plate will be discarded, left to rust in the wilderness like all the other abandoned plates.
Aloysius, we need to know exactly why you came looking for us, now ideally. Vigilant stare.
Could I ask everyone to lighten up a little, please? There are a lot of you and only one of me. What kind of threat could I possibly pose to people of your caliber? Could I ask the Vidya lady standing outside the door to tell your friends that I'm not lying? Captain says there's nobody else here. The district is safe.
Choosing this place to talk means you also need to be covert. I'd hope the Imperial Guard would at least treat us to dinner. I would have hoped for dinner.
You're a funny one, my hooded friend. It takes a clever mind to grasp humor. Once we've discussed our important business, I'll be happy to entertain you with a meal if you are all still interested.
I am.
Firstly, since I've already introduced myself, may I have the pleasure of knowing your names?
We've come for Victoria and...
Still insisting that you went to the industrial zone to meet with an intercity merchant, a widow who goes by the name of Olga. A very reliable cover story, one that will fool a vast majority of the city's port officials. But no matter how you put it, it is rare for a commercial party in a nomadic city to be using military-grade encrypted communications.
Was it you intercepting our communications?
No, I would never do something so crude. It may have been the Aurora, or the recently upgraded defense equipment. You truly are unlucky coming to Brest during the most interesting times it has ever seen. I've been honest on my part. If you still have things you wish to keep hidden, then I'm afraid we have to break things off here.
We're a pharmaceutical company. Rhode Island.
See? Honesty isn't so painful, is it? Rhode Island. I've heard the name mentioned many times while investigating infected rumors from all across the land.
I would like for Aloysius to be our ally. Like, that would be nice. Please, ma'am, please.
Based on what I've pieced together from these tales, you lot are the stuff of legends. But no matter how true they are, the most recent instance I've encountered your name was in that paper you published about aberrant changes in the infected.
You don't strike me as a colleague in the field. I never thought you'd be interested in neuropathy studies.
Pardon me for letting you down, but not every newly minted Grifferberg noble is an uneducated lout. There's not a nation in this land that can overlook the infected question, though their policies in answering it may differ. Anyone with a modicum of common sense would know just how important this scientific achievement of yours is. But there's one thing I'm curious about. Despite this groundbreaking discovery, Rose Island has kept a low profile instead of using it to do more business.
Is that why you came to find us? This doesn't explain how you knew about our whereabouts.
Oh? That can easily be explained. I think anyone who goes into the far north central mine district right now is doing it for the same reason.
You mean, you also want in?
What, do you not?
We need to get in.
Sure enough. You don't have a way into the mine district, and as it turns out, I have a need of some neuropathy specialists. The perfect recipe for cooperation.
So you want us to go into the district with you?
Of course. The authorities here will not look kindly on some Grifferberger sticking her nose into the far northern affairs after all. As things are, your cover as merchants will do you no good, nor will it help me, so let's forget all the masks and red tape and shake hands right here. That is one solution to all our problems.
But what is it that you want to do in the district? And what do you need from us?
Was I not clear? I'm hoping Rhodes Island will accompany me in this into the mine district to collaborate on an investigation into the infected affair.
The infected affair? What exactly are you referring to?
Oh, my dear, sweet, naive little courteous. My patience has its limits, you know. There's no time to be playing dumb.
No, that's a serious question. We lost contact with one of our mobile medical teams in the far north central mining district, and we need to find them. We really have no idea what this infected affair is, and I hope you will elaborate.
You wanted in the district just for... Wait, so you really don't know? That's impossible. To my knowledge, you've held many more medical posts all across Ursus in the past few years.
Simple doubt replaces a suspicion on the young woman's face before finally shifting into a sudden realization. She understands how her assumptions have led her astray.
No, you just said mobile medical team. No fixed offices means no steady access to network of contacts with the latest intelligence. I don't know what issues Rhodes Island is currently facing, but it seems information you have is limited. And because this is Ursus, you have been unable to do much. Because of your lack of information, you've been blindly running into walls this whole time. Haven't you? Short... Oh, Barry, I was too impatient.
We really don't know what this infected affair is. Does it have to do with Bresk's current state of affairs?
Forget it. Forget I said anything. That favor before was free of charge. No need to thank me.
Wait! The very fact that you came looking for us means there is the possibility we can work together on this. Could you not tell us what exactly happened in the mining district?
I really should have thought things through more before making a choice. And here I was thinking you were racking your brains on how to enter this district upon hearing the news. You should know that this information is worth quite a lot on the black market.
We're not that kind of organization, but it doesn't matter right now. We have a natural reason to be interested in anything. We have a natural reason to be invested in anything to do with the infected. That's why you came looking for us, wasn't it? Please tell us.
Fine. Since I'm already here, I may as well do something, even if it's just for some infected.
The infected are Earth-sign citizens too.
You're correct. You're correct. Precocious little courteous. The infected are indeed Earth signs, and that is before we mention those miners that the Tsar personally promised life, not survival. The miners are the backbone of Ursus, keeping its war machines running. A fact that those corrupt old nobles and their puppets haven't realized yet. But even they must know that Ursus must change. My word, what am I even babbling about? Good thing those sharp-tongued, poison-spitting colleagues of mine aren't here, or they would laugh at me into my grave.
You should not feel ashamed for this.
Spoken words are like spilled sissy milk. They freeze solid in this weather.
So what is this infected affair? It sounds like it has to do with the infected miners?
Listen, if you dare leak any of this...
You have my word that no matter what you have to say, we will not disclose it. There's no benefit in making an enemy out of Ursus. We know that well.
Give me a moment. I need to figure out where to start. You know, of course, that Brest borders the far north central mining district, and it's also the largest nomadic city in the north of Ursus. This means the city administrates a total of 30,000 square kilometers worth of mines scattered across the far north, alongside 200,000 infected.
We're familiar with the basic facts of this place. What issues arise in this sort of system?
Please don't look at me like that. Sorry, I knew this sort of talk would anger you. But the Tsar does not wish for these infected miners to be treated as cheap labor. On the contrary, his decrees have shown a lot of care for the people of Brest. Things have been going rather smoothly in the city these past few years until 3 months ago. Yes, this is where your company's area of expertise comes in, along with that paper. 3 months ago, large numbers of abnormal infected were discovered in the central mining district. Their symptoms were very similar to the ones described in your paper.
3 months ago? Wasn't that... You mean... That's the reason why Brest is under martial law? Ooh... How many abnormal infected are there in the district? Interesting.
That's the question. Right now, nobody knows just how many normal infected are left in the central mining district.
Huh. Okay. Well. It is interesting how she's willing to actually work with us, though. Like, ma'am, what's your deal? Oh, then this is chaotic. Oop. I'm hoping she'll be like an actual ally, though. I have some hope. Hello. I need to gain my trust with Mumu. At least I got my trust with Dorothy. And of course my trust with Loftus is always gonna be good. She comes along for everything. Pretty much. Okay, no fear, no pain. Let's see how this goes. Yep, no fear. This will be fun. Whee! This way. Alrighty. Might actually be somewhat decent. Like, LMD's fine. Ta-da! Ooh, tutorial. Shadowy path. Take a path that can be seen even in the darkness. Even in the darkness. Well, how bad will this be? Oh man. Oh great, there's a thingy there. A strange pollution covers this place. There are invisible enemies hidden within. I can't act, but I can't see what's going on inside. Operators cannot be deployed within. It would be nice to have someone who's familiar with the environment. Well, I'm just gonna wait for a bit. Okay, yeah, this way, I guess.
Are you a rescue? The strange pollution is still spreading. We know the area and we can help you deal with it. The problem is those heavy polluted facilities. Destroy them to enter the pollution. We typically operate out of hidden tunnel. Come to us if you need help.
Okay. Hidden tunnel. Potentially fine. Miners automatically attack enemies. Some enemies may be attacked by multiple miners. The limitations of the environment mean that the battle is likely to grind to a stalemate. Medic operators can heal miners in range, though with lesser effect. Heal the miner. So far so good. More thingy. Give us even more miners. I like being able to spawn them, it's fun. Now this is a good mechanic. More miner. Another one. Wait, don't leave! No! Stay here! I've come to help, but it doesn't look like there are any good places. Hello, hello. Don't worry, we can clean up the rock walls. Thank you for your help. Let's do this together. My dudes, help with the walls. Need more mining. Mine, please. Wee. Okay, no one over there so far. You like the difference of what kind of activity Kelsey's done in parts of Terra? True, she's had a very storied life. All the insanity. Path in sight. Life is a bog that you keep sinking deeper and deeper into until it swallows you. Eat me up, life. Delicious. Meeting room, New Rhodes Island. Any clues in the sarcophagus? The very latest activity we know of involving the sarcophagus came after the Chernobog Lungman incident, when the Earthsign government retrieved the entire system. As for what they actually plan to do with it, they've been keeping it under tighter wraps than ever. There's nothing more about it in Kelsey's records. It's not like we can directly ask the Earthsign government to borrow it. Do we have any other way of finding its location? Looking at the official register made after the Chernobog Research Institute was destroyed, there were no survivors other than Sergei. We did manage to find some clues when looking into what happened to him afterwards. He had established a new institute to continue researching the sarcophagus. In the short period of time that the institute was operating, one name really stood out to us. Artyom Chadayev. He was the vice director at Sergei's institute, and he's a complete ghost with no verifiable academic or political background to speak of. We may be able to make a rational deduction. Does this man have a special connection to Sergei? Does this man have a special connection to the institute, to Sergei? No matter what his connection may be, he might be the key to a breakthrough. So we need to find this Artyom? No, things get a little more complicated from here on out. He's proven to be very hard to track ever since Sergei's institute shut down. According to Kelsey's intelligence, he died of heart failure in the Grifferberg Imperial Sanatorium last winter. He maintained a good relationship with Ursus to his last. Maybe we can look into the people who knew him. Great idea. That's what I was thinking too. There's another researcher who had a connection to Artyom. Ksenia Markovna Nelidova. We have a lot more detail on her background. Before the sarcophagus incident, she had briefly served as Ilya's assistant at the Chernobog Research Institute and had crossed paths with Kelsey. Recent intelligence indicates that she is currently in the Earthsign Far North, working at the Central Mining District Laboratory, administered by the city of Brest. That's where Artyom's final letters were sent. It doesn't sound like a particularly reliable clue, but it's the only clue we've got. We should go to the Research Institute and find her. I have to remind you, Doctor. While we're all determined to bring Kelsey back, we must thoroughly evaluate the risks of every mission. Rhodes Island cannot bear any more losses. But I'll go. Rydian? Ursus has always been a dangerous place, and we have very limited intelligence for this mission. And there are many important decisions the Doctor and Mia must make while Rhodes Island is being rebuilt. Rydian, I know you're a capable young woman now, Mia, but that is exactly why you need to stay here and handle our most important tasks. The latest news from Laterano is also worrying, and the Doctor will need to see to it personally, allowing Rhodes Island to steady its footing and our new home as its top priority. Is it top priority? She went out ahead of us, a month ahead. And in the meantime, we were in Laterano. Oh gosh, all the insanity in Laterano. Happy birthday. You're right. If we're just an infiltration mission, then Misery's team would be the best choice, but information gathering is my team's specialty. Besides, there's no one better to send back to Ursus than me, is there? He makes some real compelling arguments, Rydian. But it's your decision, Doctor. This will be a very dangerous mission. Stay safe, Rydian. Rhodes Island cannot lose anyone else. We will. We'll act with caution as a mobile medical team. The rest of you take care of yourselves while we're out, okay? Of course. I hope that all of you come home safe. I want them to be fine too. I shall mediate and share in this pain. One man's pain is everyone's pain. One man's sin is everyone's sin. May sinners repent with all their heart. May their sins be forgiven, and their souls find salvation. Ooh, the red sky. Central Far North Mining District, Ursus, 5 days ago. Warg! Ah!
Oh my.
It's okay. Babushka, don't be scared. It's Uchitel Rankin. He's chased away the patrol unit chasing us. We're safe for now.
Yes, for now. Where else can we go? We must go find shelter. Where must we go to find shelter?
Babushka, are you hungry? I'll go ask Holly for another piece of bread.
I'm fine. You're such a sweet child, but I really am. Go see Rankin. He's done so much, his spirit must be nearly worn away. Go see him, and do not let him be burdened by any more than he already is.
Uchitel, he... Oh no, the collapsos, corruption.
Phew.
Under the twilight sky, the young man's stern countenance eases. The cold soon cools, the warm blood shining his pickaxe. The enemy before him is completely routed.
Don't kill me! You're not allowed to do anything to me! I surrendered! But we haven't accepted that surrender. Tell me, how many of these squads are pursuing us? Short, I don't know! Every patrol unit's independent. We don't talk to each other. Tell me something I don't know, or I'll have no reason to let you live. Wait, don't. Listen to me. The chips you have in you. The diagnostic chips. Chips? You mean the ones used to check how infected we are? Ha 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 ha. Rankin the noble, Rankin the hero. Are you really so naive? Those chips send your coordinates to the mine's research facility and nearby guard posts. The moment you try to leave the mining district, or the chip leaves your body, boom. Losing a single leg would be lucky. Losing both is definitely possible. You won't be running anywhere like that. Haha. Just give up already, Rankin. You think you can leave this mine by killing a patrol unit? There's nowhere to go. Ursus will chase you forever. Surrender. It's the only way you won't die a miserable death. Don't listen to him, Rankin. If the chips really did blow up, we'd have a bunch of three-legged burden beasts walking around. The patrol units are worse than bastards. An honest one of them is like an aphid in the winter. I got to know them before I became infected. Gah! You've done enough today, Rankin. Leave this one to me.
No! Stop killing people! We don't need to. Nobody's badly hurt. Uchitel!
Let him go. Get back. Vitochki. What's the point of showing a man like him mercy? It was these bastards who killed Paulina, all because she was caring for an unregistered child. She was pregnant when they banged her. Have you forgotten all the terrible things they've done?
I...
Haha, thank you, Vitochki. I remember you. You're the meekest of all the children. You have a happy ending, even if the rest of these scum.
Uchitel!
At least I didn't let him bleed out slowly in the snow. Stand up, Vitochki. Go to the back and find a doctor for me. Paul, go get Nikto and tell him to gather everyone who wants to leave the mine district at the South Dormitory. Get them ready. We need these chips out of us. You believe what the guy said? Doesn't matter. We need the chips out of our bodies. Even if they don't explode, they definitely transmit our location. The patrol units have already found us once, and we don't know when the next squad will show up. If this keeps up, we'll be on the back foot the entire time. Alright, I'll get it done.
Uchitel, you promised me.
Oh, you're still here. I didn't promise you anything, Vitochki. Besides, if the rest of the bastards of his units are dead, why should he be any exception? Because of his arrogance? Because of his ridicule?
No.
Never mind, you wouldn't understand. Forget what I said. I just said. Right, take this.
What is it?
A stopwatch I found in the institute. Should still work. When we get a minute, I'll teach you how to use it. From now on, you won't need to live your life counting meaningless numbers, worrying about a miscount, leaving people dead in the mines. At least now. Go, Vitochki. Go help me find her.
Uchitel, your hand is shaking.
Hush. Go do what you have to do.
At least let me pray that your soul can be saved.
Even though you've seen how those men treated us and seen how I killed them,
Yes.
do not be so quick to bless others or to forgive them, Vitochki, me included. Now go already. We don't have time.
You know, I hope Rankin survives. He's getting his hands dirty for his comrades. And I think that's sweet. Spotty Rankin.
Hello. Gosposa Serafina. Though we have not known each other for long, I want to believe that since your medical team was willing to come to such a remote place to treat the infected, you're people I can trust. I'm sorry that I have now no choice but to ask for your help.
Please, go ahead. As long as it's something I can help with.
I just learned that inside every miner, there's a tracking chip that could explode at any moment. We need a way to extract them so we can escape the patrol units. I'm prepared to serve as a test subject myself. If it is successful, please perform the surgery on the others. If it does unfortunately explode, then I hope you'll be able to give me first aid. If I die, then I ask you to tell everyone waiting for me about this. Now, I must ask you to leave.
No, let me do an examination first. May I?
Go ahead.
I regret to inform you, these chips really could explode. They contain miniaturized, high-powered originium bombs. If the chip does not receive electrical signals from the local district relay or the human body, it would trigger an explosion. If you hope to get everyone out of this district, then you must remove the chips.
Amazing! Is this your art at work?
Of course. I may be able to temporarily copy that signal to fool the receiver, but I must warn you, this still carries a great deal of risk.
We can't afford to wait for a perfect solution. Your idea's good enough.
One moment then. Radiant starts using your arts, causing beams of energy to resonate at the same frequency as the chip's receiver. Rankin nods and sits down, grasping the hilt of his dagger. It is cold, smooth, and solid, as he rubs it against the calluses of his palm.
You best back away from me a bit, Doctor.
That won't be happening. This is the first time I've tried it, so I need to observe it in real time. I can guide your hand using nerve impulses. Take care not to detonate the chip.
Incredible. It's a shame we didn't meet sooner. I hope we will still have the chance to chat after this.
Rankin wipes his dagger with some alcohol, pointing its blade on the scar on his leg before plunging it into his flesh. Dang, Rankin, without any anesthetic. He has no pain meds, like, eee! Dang, dude. Oh, Rankin. Youch. So sad.
Phew. It worked, right?
The youthful miner nearly leaps up, forgetting the cut on his leg oozing blood. Calm down, your wound needs dressing.
Of course, thank you, Doctor. I owe you my life. You're truly amazing. I've never seen a physician as skilled as you. You even remind me of an Earth-sign soldier.
What do you mean by that?
Sorry, please do not misunderstand me. This is the highest praise I can think of. I mean true Earth-sign soldiers, not those patrol unit brutes. The ones who drove off the invading Knights Mora and freed us from the tyrannical hippogriffs. They were true heroes. Oh yes, have you read Igor Veliki's biography?
We should prepare for the surgery on the others. How many will we need to operate on?
I'm afraid it's a number that will leave you and your colleagues running ragged.
My decoy electrical signals can cover the entirety of this area, and my colleagues can coordinate the surgeries. That being the case, I reckon we need to stay here for some time.
Time is something we are short on. Have the medical team prioritize the elderly and children, then teach the others to perform the surgery. Hand out some scalpels. My people are not squeamish.
I would appreciate it if you did not make medical decisions for me.
No, Doctor, I did not mean to order you around. Since the duty of leading everyone out of this mining district is mine, I need to make decisions accordingly. Patrol units who can show up at any time, extreme weather, lack of supplies, all things that will prove fatal. I hope we can reach an agreement on this.
I like how cool-headed Rankin is about all this. And even be like, yo, I did not mean to offend you, Doctor, I'm sorry, but I meant it this way, not this way. Sorry, Doc, and I meant to praise you. He's trying his best. No matter what happens, we need to be aware of infection. My team oversee the sterilization procedures.
Then let's begin. Act first and discuss the future.
And doing all this without any pain meds. Dang, Rankin.
Blurg! Blurg! Is this your limit? When you were eating smoked sausages back in Grifferberg, did you never wonder how they were made? Never want to see the slaughterhouses in the satellite cities? No, run hell, Rankin. Sick of that. I swallowed a bunch of snow, but I still can't get the smell of blood out of my nose. Next time I have the chance, I'm dumping fresh bird and beast blood in your soup. Fresh bird and beast blood is expensive. A bucket can cost more than 100 Javonsti. We can't afford that. It was a metaphor, damn it. I didn't know you used to be a gourmet chef, Holly. My son transported that sort of thing when he was a truck driver. The Grifferberg nobles believed that the blood of the young bird and beast would make them beautiful.
Wow, what a wonderful beauty treatment. The blood of the young bird and beast. Smears on skin. Beautiful.
He told me a lot of things about the city in his letters, but the last one I received was 7 years ago. I hope he's still alright. Then I'll have to ask you to make sure that the Nikto doesn't mess with my dinner. I'll make sure nobody's messing with anyone's dinner. I hope this won't end up being our last meal, or I'll be cursing you to the grave, Rankin.
You know, at first I was gonna be like, Nikto, stop being a little beach. But he is in a lot of pain right now. None of them probably have any pain meds. So he's like, gosh darn it! This hurts! This freaking hurts!
Whatever you say, I'm in good spirit today. It's been so long since I felt this sort of freedom. We have finally broken our shackles. We're free now. We can do what we want to do, where we want to go, and how we want to live our lives. We can decide for ourselves now. You should see the poetry for recital for when we're actually safe. So what now? The plan hasn't changed. We head south to the border with Kashimirish. Find the village founded by the infected, the one that belongs only to the infected. There will be space for all of us there. You're just blindly believing in this reunion without even knowing if they're the real deal.
Well, the reunion run by Nine, she's fine. It's fine.
No, I have my reasons to believe. A few years back, when I was stationed at the border, I heard a lot about them, information I could trust. They provide shelter for the infected, give up medicine for free, and have fended off many patrol units who wanted to push around people like us. I believe we will find people who share our ideals there. This makes me think it's some infected delusion, or the army spinning up an excuse for a bigger share of taxes. It makes me wonder why it took until now for a banner like this to be flown. If we find out they do not exist, then it should be us who raise the flag. Ha! And you thought your time on the border would have taught you better. Just imagine for a moment if you had saved that count back then instead of that infected. You could be a lieutenant right now, maybe even a captain. Patrol units like the one we ran to today will be licking your boots with a wave of your finger. Then I should be even more grateful for the choice I made that day. Otherwise, I would not have the chance to see this nation's true face or learn what my life's greatest calling is.
Dang, Rankin. He's like, nah, I choose this path every time.
Our people have been duped and deceived for far too long. They believe their current lives are what they deserve, forgetting what they should really have. This is not only a conflict between the infected and the ordinary folk. If one day, all the infected in the Earth died, they would use some other standard to decide who to cast into the mines. Why do some have everything handed to them while others must struggle for survival? Who do the fruits of their bitter toil go to? But who actually gets to say what people deserve? Maybe the way this land is the way things should be. If there were any other Terra, even if civilization started over from scratch, things might not turn out any different from now. No, I don't believe that. When you opened your eyes and actually looked at everything around us, did you not feel anger? We feel such an instinctual rage that means everything is wrong. You should know that, based on all you've been through, Nikto. Don't bring up that crap, it's ancient history. Fine, even if it is as you say. How far are we from the border? What other things will we run into on the way there? I have a plan. Why do you think I asked you to gather up those chips? They didn't blow up when we took them out of us, like other chips, which means they still work as positioning devices.
Wow. He has a plan.
These things have brought us so much suffering. Why not use them to our advantage against the patrol units? That's not what we agreed on when we decided to escape. You know our condition, Rankin. How many of us can even move right now? Maybe half? We might be able to beat 1 or 2 patrol units, but we can't hold off all of Ursus. The only thing causing more bloodshed would be to trap us here even further. The only thing causing more bloodshed would do is to trap us here even further.
3 years is a long time with 9 in tow and Tallulah as a banner. I feel like they're probably doing pretty good. Like, I believe in 9's leadership. Especially if they made like a camp.
If we want to live, taking this step is only a matter of time. Every patrol unit lackey we kill is another spare ventilator in our hands. Any supplies we seize can be used to leave the ice fields and allow children like Vitochki to live to see another day. Have you forgotten that what gave us the opportunity to leave this place? Even if that thing cannot be called human, we were the ones who killed it. I don't know what you're talking about. You become completely unreasonable before we've even left the mining district. I don't want to fight over this, Nikto.
Uchito? And Nikto, you're here too.
What is it?
Nothing. I just came to see if you had eaten yet.
Oh, you need to ask that guy. His stomach's already full of his grand ideals. Haha, you're not really wrong. You should focus on our physician friends. It was they who did all the hard work today.
I just went to see them. They're about to eat.
Good, you worked hard too. How's the wound? Does it hurt?
I'm okay. Everyone's okay.
Really now, everyone's been brave. Go rest, eat your fill, and then sleep tight.
We don't have much food. My portion's not very big. Take care of yourself, too, Uchito.
Vitochki really trusts you, Rankin. Always calling you Uchito like you're her teacher. Everyone trusts you. They're waiting for you to get them out of here. I know, which is why every word I tell her is what I know to be true in my heart. It is the same when I lead everyone. I take the path I believe to be right. Let's hope you are. Relax a little, Nikto. Today's the day of our first victory. It's a good omen. No need to look so anxious. When someone awakens to the truth and decides to set off on a journey, it is the grandest of beginnings. Quoting from Iger's biography again. No, those are my own words. Trust me, Nikto. We're doing great things right now.
All the surgeries are complete, Captain. Some of these patients are developing fevers, and we're limited in what we can do. Got it. I'll go have a word with your leader after this, and do my best to ensure the wounded are provided with food and water. You've worked hard today. Get some rest. Taking care of yourselves is important too. Captain, we still need to. The far north is under martial law, and the weather is affecting our ability to communicate too. It's difficult for us to connect to the outside. What happened here will surely draw the attention of the Ursan authorities. We need to leave ASAP. We can't stay here. But do we really need to work with them? I'm worried that if we do, we'll be drawn into a conflict with Ursus. Rhodes Island has no reason to make an enemy of the Empire, but right here, right now, these are just people struggling to survive. Changing the lives of the infected has always been our mission. Besides, they've also helped us out a lot. Don't worry for now. Just do your best to prepare for the unexpected. I'll keep trying to get in contact with their base in the city. If they can receive the information we sent earlier, I hope they will notice the clues we left behind when they come to help us. Risk far north versus 3 days ago. We're getting closer to the current time. Like, Rankin is pretty optimistic. But you know, someone needs to be optimistic. At least one person. If everyone's down in the dumps, that'd be bad. But he seems pretty... Like, he's a trained professional. He could have been a high-ranking officer, from what Nikto said. Brisk times, get your copy here. Do you want one, Devushka? Oh, sure. How much? 20 para, is that okay? That's fine. But I don't have any spare change on me. Here, take this. Thank you, Devushka. You're amazing. Hello. Amiya carefully places the entire chevronette in the boy's palm. He quickly disappears around the street corner, as if frightened his benefactor might regret her decision and take it back. Amiya, what are you looking at? The boy's clothes looked very thin. Bresk is colder than the Ursus I remember. It was winter the last time we were in Ursus. Bresk is further north than Chernobog. I still remember. It was the first time I saw such intense fighting. I was so nervous I forgot to be scared. At the time, I thought I would never see anything so dangerous again. We've been through a lot since then. At least now there's no catastrophes or people chasing us. At least now I know who I actually am. It's a good thing there's no catastrophes or people chasing us. Ahahaha, knocks on wood. Yes. On that topic, Doctor, it's rather rare for us to have the chance to quietly watch a city like this, isn't it? Your beloved Chapter 16 of Suffering? Nah, no fear, no pain. Chernobog, Lungmen, Londinium. Wherever we go, our memories seem to be filled with the chaos and the fires of war. It's how this land should be. We should remember what the city is like now. Let me check today's paper. Does it say where the mines have been blocked off? Shakes head. We might only be able to learn more once Aloysius has finished negotiating with the Grand Duchess. She said that she would help us apply for a permit to enter the mining district. But how will she actually go about doing that? She made sure we knew how limited our info is. She wants us on the back foot. She made sure we knew how limited our info is. The Grand Duchess's office is right ahead. From the intelligence we gathered beforehand, her name is Elizaveta Konstantinova Lakhovskaya. She's not the typical Ursine noble. Her policies are known for being kind to infected and non-infected alike. Every channel of information we've checked describes her as a good person. A woman like that deserves more than just kindness. The Grand Duchess must also be a bright woman. Her office is rather humble-looking, almost looks like a regular home. The buildings in Bresk are relatively short and regular. It must be the style here in the far north. But looking at the map, all the surrounding buildings seem to almost envelop it. A rather unique location in terms of urban planning. So here we are again. They're not even letting us wait inside this time. A no-nonsense young lady. A local leader with quite the reputation. Are you worried, Doctor? Someone called for you. Honestly speaking, so am I. Even if Aloysius has made her thoughts on the matter clear, we still don't know her true goal. And hello. Shakes head. Doesn't this all feel rather familiar? Shakes head. Oh? You mean like in Lungmen? Chen really is no nonsense, isn't she? Don't you mean hard to work with? Let's go with strict. Chen treats others the same way she treats herself. That's how it was back then, and that's how it is now. Oh right! We got some news from her before we left home. While she didn't go into detail on her movements, she sounded well. When she heard about what happened, she promised that if Rhodes Island needed her, she would return. We've made a lot of friends, but a lot have left us too. We've made a lot of friends. I still remember when we were working with Chen. The one who actually represented Rhodes Island and negotiating with Chief Wei was Dr. Kelsey. Doctor, I'm worried that I won't be able to solve problems or get people to work with us like she did. Also, we know practically nothing about Ursus's current circumstances or the Grand Duchess. Doctor, We don't need to do what only Kelsey could do. Be yourself, Amiya. We'll find a way. Be yourself, Amiya.
May I ask which one of you is Dr. Misaki of Rhode Island? Her Imperial Highness, the Grand Duchess, invites you to be with her.
Oh, me? Okay. Ma'am, I'm so curious about you. Hello, milady. Oh gosh. Okay, I gotta take care of this land. Ew. Well, this could be potentially chaotic. I mean, it's fine. It's totally fine. Ha ha ha. Yeah, totally fine. Amiya definitely has her own charms. But I do not go the Kelsey route for everything. Not everyone can handle long monologues. And okay, so far so good. Can you guys just like not attack the others like that, please? Cool. Okay, so far so good. Oh, you almost activated once. Oop. I thought I had to constantly do it. Okay, this plan's fine. You go, miners. Ta-da! I know, right? The civilians are actually really good. I love these miners. Strength in numbers. Old friends, new friends. Let's start by saying hello. Hello, hello. Yeah, we've had our fair share of traumas with civilians. But gosh darn it, let's start by saying hello. I am scarred by saying hi today. After work, I was craving Brussels sprouts. I don't know why, but I had a really strong craving for Brussels sprouts. I ordered some online. I've only been to this one place a dozen times, so it's not like they would recognize me, right? But as soon as I got there and greeted the person, I said hi to them, right? The girl said, Brussels sprouts? I'm like, ah! She could tell I was the one who ordered the Brussels sprouts. I could have been there to dine in for all she knew. But nah, she sensed it. I look like the kind of person that would order Brussels sprouts. Like, what does that mean? What does it say about me? I ordered 2 plates of Brussels sprouts as one does, you know? Like, sheesh! Like, yes, it's me. The weirdo who ordered 2 plates of Brussels sprouts. Just pure Brussels sprouts. All from my craving. I ate 1.5 plates. The rest I'm saving for later. I'll microwave it. But as I was eating my Brussels sprouts, I was thinking to myself, I feel shame. I feel slight shame. What was she thinking when she gave me my plates of Brussels sprouts? Oh well, at least they're tasty. I got rid of my craving. Yeah, not enough shame to still do it though. We thank our honored guests for your patience. Please follow me. You comply with the guard's request, patiently waiting again for the office lobby for Aloysius and the much-rumored Grand Duchess's discussion to come to a close. The subdued interior has no clock or other timekeeping instrument, as if time is not already confirmed upon its visitors. You whistle away the minutes in utter boredom, thinking back to your own discussion not long ago. I just have to sit there, twiddling my thumbs. Only the doctor's allowed to meet with her? I also think that's unreasonable. If something unexpected happens, there's no way for me and I to protect you. In the end, this is her domain. It does not seem like she's giving us any room to bargain. In the end, this is her domain. Lucia said she wants to introduce us to the Grand Duchess, but we still don't know why she really wants to help us. My memory bank has no record of an Ursine, a young Ursine noble like her either. But a woman acting as a special ambassador who also personally knows the Grand Duchess must be extraordinary. She has many secrets. This relationship between a Griffinburger envoy and a local noble is the subtle thing. But she did clearly say that she wanted us to go with her to the mining district. We need to cooperate with her no matter what. This is the only chance we have to get to the mining district. But Rhodes Island has stepped into the sights of Ursus, and we have no way of knowing how the local administration views us. I've had my fair share of past experience. I've been in this sort of situation before. I'll support your decisions, Doctor, but please be careful. Take a comms terminal at least. If anything happens, reach out immediately. We'll come get you right away, even if we have to smash the place up while we're at it. I will if I have to. I'll make sure that I don't need to use it. I will if I have to, but... What is this mine lockdown hiding? The corridors of the building are exceptionally empty, just like the streets of the city it stands in. The moment you are led inside, a slight nod is all you're left with. Not a word has passed your guide's lips the entire time. Perhaps he trusts your intuition will lead you to the correct room, or perhaps he is used to putting visitors to the test. Fortunately, you detected a warm scent of applewood smoke wafting off that guard, which takes you to the only door emitting such a smell. I have to smell the doors. Imagine walking around sniffing each door. Do you smell like applewood? No, you smell like pine. You smell like coconut. You smell like oak. Over and over and over. A door that leads to a room tucked away in a corner was once pushed open. It is as if the looming imposing stone walls of this chill gloom city have come together to hide a spot of sacrosanct tranquility. The first thing you see is a graceful, ash-blue figure standing at the other end of the room. Greetings. Your Imperial Highness, the Grand Duchess Elizaveta Konstantinova Lakhovskaya. I can feel your nerves from here. You need not worry. Please, call me Grand Duchess Elizabeth, as my friends do. I can tell that you are an individual of keen intellect. Her voice is gentle and innocent. Not all that what you expected. Ooh, we're friends already. The mistress of this place slowly turns around. Hello, ma'am. Grand Duchess Elizabeth. I welcome each and every guest to Brest with open arms. Is this not the part where you introduce yourself? Introduce your friend, Elota? Oh yes, of course. This is the one I was talking about. The Doctor of Rhodes Island Pharmaceuticals. My name is Misaki. You may call me Dr. Misaki. My name is Misaki. It is an honor to be granted an audience. I hope I am not too bold in paying you a visit. It's an honor to be granted an audience. I love how sparkly her dress is. It's pretty. As I said, there's no need for such formality. Come forward, closer to the fire. My attendant shall fetch us some tea forthwith. It may be difficult for travelers from afar to adapt to Brest in the season. Though she may be remote, there are times when she is a warm and pleasant home. Has your journey here been a smooth one? I fear I can't describe it as such. Public security certainly carries a risk. Please believe me when I say that. All of you have seen here is in service to maintaining the city's hard-fought serenity. Elota has already explained to me in great detail the excellent work her new neuropathy specialist friends have done in the field. Yours is the talent our city sorely needs at this moment. You require neuropathy specialists? Ursus requires neuropathy specialists? You? Our young Tsar wishes to bestow his favor equally upon every Ursine citizen. He even wishes for the division of the infection to no longer plague his people. It is for this reason that he labors himself to exhaustion, such that even the most steely-eyed courtier is left heartbroken at the sight. But rare is the one who truly understands how precious a treasure His Imperial Majesty's innocence is. We who call ourselves his followers must do all we can to enact his will. Brest borders the largest mining district in the far north, but the methods we have available to treat uropathy fall far short of His Imperial Majesty's ideals, which means we require some able doctors. If that is your Imperial Highness's goal, Dr. Misaki is the best partner you will find here. I've read Rhode Island scientific papers for myself, unlike those dusty old scholars of the Imperial Universities who simply repeat the findings of others. Rhode Island leads the vanguard in the field of uropathy research. Oh my, I've never heard our proud young officer express such admiration for anyone before. Has working in Grifferberg changed you? I still distinctly remember your father grumbling to me about the awkward situations you would provoke at the ducal banquets. A rather embarrassing part of my past, Your Imperial Highness. If I may explain this admiration further, I've always respected those with true talent and ability, such as Your Imperial Highness and Dr. Misaki. I am incredibly grateful for the reminder about my father. I nearly forgot to pass on his regards. His factory still produces uniforms of the highest quality for every soldier in the far north. His name can still be heard at every banquet on the frontier. We'd best return to the topic of our friend here. Let us speak plainly. What plans does Rhode Island have for Brest? We hope that you allow us to enter the far northern mining district. We lost contact with the mobile medical team in the central mining district. Upon hearing your words, the Grand Duchess shows a split second of surprise, but does not forget herself. She looks toward Aloysius, and you notice the precise moment the young guardswoman's gaze turns evasive. The Grand Duchess lets out a long sigh as if she were vexed by a terrible burden. Oh dear, Dr. Misaki. That is how I should address you, yes? If this young lady has provoked a misunderstanding, then I do apologize. We welcome Rhode Island building an office in Brest, and I wish to offer as much aid as I can, but the far northern mines are not open to sightseers at the moment. If your comrades are lost, then I ask you to leave with me their descriptions and their last known whereabouts. I should employ every last man I can spare to help you find them. Pardon my candor, but I believe we need to discuss this further. I'm afraid, Your Imperial Highness, what if I invite them to travel with me under my name? Oh, Elota, you're always such a naughty little rascal. I know, right? It's like, yeah, I'd rather not apply myself in that branch office, but hey, at least she's willing. That's kind of nice. That's progress. But actually working there, You know that Brest needs specialist uropathy doctors. You know that with your recommendation, I would not consider this a favor to be repaid, allowing your friend to do business here. Now look here. What is it that you wish to do? Drag our esteemed guests into our muddy, snow-laden troubles? Elota, you're complicating the situation. This is not a complicated matter. Pray, Your Imperial Highness, forgive my bluntness. I have never concealed my objective here. By the Tsar, there's hardly a soul in Grifferberg concerned about the possibility of unrest in your Brest. But there are many curious about the closure of this mining district and the mutations among the infected. Those coming here may be idle young nobles or scientists researching uropathy, but they can just as easily be an army captain or dignitaries from the state council. The young guardswoman's tone remains frivolous, leaving you barely able to discern if the sharpness she speaks with is one of irreverent rudeness, or if there is a prying, deeper meaning to it. Grand Duchess Elizabeth's eyes narrow. If they have their suspicions, then let them come and speak those suspicions here. The army see me as a fence-sitter currying favor with the new nobles, while the state council sees me as some provincial Grand Duchess. I'm well used to everyone laying their doubts and curiosities into Brest. So my dear Elota, who sent you here to heap more blame upon me? No. Your Imperial Highness misunderstands. You know that this is just a cushy job for me, paying a visit to your demesne. My only intention was to petition you to grant these uropathy specialists permission to accompany me into the mining district, that we might investigate the strange happenings surrounding the infected there. May I butt in with some words of my own? Pray speak, my friend. I would like to clarify Rhode Island's position. We're simply a pharmaceutical company trying to address infected issues. We're worried for the safety of our lost friends and must find them as soon as possible. We're simply a pharmaceutical company. As for other matters, Rhode Island will not and cannot get involved. I did not ask this earlier, but my curiosity abounds. Your colleagues, why ever did they go to the Central Mining District? They went to address cases of Rubberthy. They're Earthsign themselves. Oh. Rhode Island's intentions are pure. We have no higher power pulling our strings after all. We know barely anything about this place after all. The Grand Duchess, who has been listening intently to you the entire time, finally seems to soften. She has full control over the expression on her face, but you sense her relax a little. In short, everything we do is for the service of searching for our friends. This is our only request. Everything we do is in the service of searching for our friends. A young woman I care for, and healers of neuropathy who only wish to find their comrades. If I were to refuse you, I would seem rather cruel, wouldn't I? I understand your position. You're just worried for our friends from afar, worried that they would get drawn into danger. Naturally, I do not wish anyone in my lands to meet with misfortune. If I ever had the time, I would like to send stoves out to every soul who lives upon the frozen earth. And Lotta, can you promise me that you will ensure our friend's safety to the best of your ability? Your Imperial Highness may trust in me. Good, good. Now go, Dr. Misaki. Go find your people. I permit Rhode Island to enter the mining district of the far north. Thank you, Grand Duchess Elizabeth. You're the best. Thank you for your kindness. I wish that I were so kind, but few are they who appreciate the kindness of others. People revere those who snatch their rights from their hands and are grateful whenever a portion of those rights is returned to them, but I do not believe such acts can be considered kind. The winds of the far north are bitter indeed. You'd best pack some warm clothes, Dr. Misaki. I like her. Grand Duchess, you're one of the best nobles. Dr. Lucius! Dr. Elutius! Dr. Elutius, you're back! Indeed. No need to look so excited. Gosposa Mia. This is the administrative center of Bresk, not some den of evil. Our chat went rather smoothly, duh. As smooth as silk. Though with some unexpected developments, as smooth as silk. You're still hiding things, both from us and the Grand Duchess. You're still hiding things, though. Oh, right, yes, I admit that. But it really was the only way I could create the ideal conditions for a discussion, and the results speak for themselves, no? The Grand Duchess. What of her? She isn't what I imagined. Oh, and how did you imagine her? Colder. Harder to persuade. Colder. If you were to only look at how she handled these strange happenings, then you would not be wrong. After they occurred, the affected and infected were immediately sent to the Mining District's Research Institute, where she tasked the researchers to find the cause within a week, upon pain of exile or deportation. Soon after that, she declared martial law in the far north, sealing all the miners within the district and blocking all communications, leaving the outside completely blind to what was happening inside. Highly efficient and colder than winter. I've read your paper on the changes in originium and the neuropathy symptoms. As the research institutes across Ursus, who are already launching their own projects based on that paper. If these changes were simply those mentioned within, they would not merit this sort of response. It is highly likely that the abnormalities springing up in the mine district are an entirely new threat. An entirely new threat? The Institute looking into the cause, the district under lockdown, all the miners isolated from the wider country. This way, everyone will believe the matter is settled, but in truth, after the incident, all work in the district stopped, and all communications were cut off. D.D. Grifferberg's inquiries have received no response. None is able, and none dares to look deeply into this. If the Grand Duchess wanted to hide things, then we would never have been allowed into Bresk. You've met her, and perhaps this has you believing she truly is a kind administrator. Of course, she would let you. Of course, she would have let you in. After all, this is the friendliest place to the infected in Ursus, the pearl of the far north, paradise in North Ursus, capital of Breskinoi. You didn't see anything unusual in these cities these past 2 days, aside from the lack of people. That is how she runs the far north. Like how since she became governor, nobody has been sentenced to death in the governorate. Has it lessened the number of people here who have met tragic ends? No. You seem to have a lot of complaints about her. Oh, you wound me. I promised my assessment just now was not tinged by any personal feelings. I was simply answering your questions. We're partners now, aren't we? I understand. Aloysius. Are these abnormal infected still under the supervision of the research institute in the mining district? Indeed. To be more precise, they're in the Central Far North Mining District Laboratory. Isn't that... That's the first place you need to visit. Is it now? Having the same destination would make things much more convenient. Anything else you would like to ask? You're very straightforward. You're very eager. Of course, I never intended to give you the run in the first place. I do have a question, Aloysius. Ask away. Earlier, when we were at your friend's house, we had to cut our conversation short. I should have asked you this question first, but I never found the opportunity. What is it you hope to gain from this investigation? If I may be serious for a moment. Yes, of course. I want the truth about the mutations in the central mining districts infected. I do not want the infected miners to suffer unduly, nor do I want the people of Ursus to sit ignorant of a looming disaster. Aw, if that's true, Aloysius. I like you. That's nice. I respect that. But yeah, things are very, very tense inside of Ursus, so I appreciate her. Thank you, Aloysius. Like, one wrong move and we're gonna be expelled. We'll be banned from ever returning. Hello, hello. Oh yeah, I have a brownie in the fridge. That's gonna be my snack for later on tonight. I was thinking of enjoying it before stream, but I'm like, nah. I want to marinate the flavor of Brussels sprouts for a bit longer. The addiction! I rarely get Brussels sprouts. So I'm gonna enjoy it for as long as I can. Bonk. Ooh, that guy's gonna be kind of tough. Maybe slight fear, slight pain. Okay, I'll focus on this side. Okay, make it fast. Speedy. Even more speedy. These miners are the best. I appreciate them, they're truly the greatest. Central Far North Mine District, Ursus. We're very close to the Institute, but it's been so quiet in the entire way. Do people really live here? If a place offers to have it warmed up for me, I have it warmed up there. But at home, I'm lazy. I just eat it cold. My current one's in the fridge. Just chilling, waiting for me. 3 days ago, the Grand Duchess made a sudden decree that all residents living within 30 clicks of the Central Mine District had 24 hours to evacuate the area. How big is a click? Though the far north is sparsely populated, evacuating such a large area in such a short time was no easy task. Not to mention ensuring that they all maintained secrecy the entire time.
There are rumors that the Grand Duchess has always maintained absolute control over all affairs in this region of Ursus. Some even say that she is revered even more than Gosudar Batyushka. I should not be running my mouth like this.
She eventually allowed us in, which means she's not worried about investigation. Oh, click is short for kilometer.
That is not necessarily the case. She can hardly show resistance to a Grifferburger Imperial Guardswoman's face, can she? Objectively speaking, the Grand Duchess has been acting as lubricant between the armies and the State Council, making sure the bitterness between the two sides does not devolve into outright conflict. I must admit, this requires considerable skill. She gets the favor of both sides, but this also means that she must maintain absolute impartiality.
You don't seem averse to discussing this. I thought you couldn't speak lightly on this topic in Ursus. You don't seem averse to discussing this. Surprising. Okay. You just have to restart all the stages. That's not too bad for this mode.
Haha, surprised? You seem to have some misunderstandings about Ursus, Dr. Misaki. I'm simply repeating the sort of gossip you might hear at any Grifferburg banquet. If you do not know these rumors inside and out, how would you manage to join these dinner-time discussions? Naturally, idle chatter is one thing, but actually trying to leverage this chatter for some upward mobility and putting into action is another thing altogether. A rather interesting point of view. On the other hand, regardless of whether the Grand Duchess is hiding anything, or if she believes everything hidden well enough, we will certainly find something in the Research Institute looking into that abnormal infected.
I wonder how far away we are. Do you hear the sound of fighting up ahead? Are those miners fighting with a patrol unit? We can't just sit by and watch. All hands prepare for a rescue operation.
Wait a sec. I've got sharper eyes and a clear view. The ones getting beaten down are the patrol units? What?
Off in the distance where Elysium is pointing, you see two groups of people fighting in a melee with a few surprising aspects to it. A patrol unit is being routed by a group of infected miners who outnumber them several times over. The lackluster equipment in the patrol unit's hands is of no use, as the miners would have to pickaxes strike their bodies over and over. Doctor, are we still going to mount a rescue here? We need to stop things from escalating. We need to learn more about what's going on. Well, yeah, the miners are pretty tough.
Enough. Stop. Stop it! What do you think you're trying to do? Kill us? Baily, Ursus will never let you get away with it. So what? So what? Since when have we ever been treated like as human beings? We're people too, aren't we? We're never going to make it far anyway. Might as well take you with us. Just die already. My hand! Where did you come from? You monster!
Monster? That's my name. Don't wear it out. Sorry, mister, but could you slow down a bit? We have some questions we need to ask you.
Why? You want to protect these patrol unit bastards? You're here to take us in too? Never. Mudak! We're not gonna follow you back, all nice and quiet.
The angry miner gets even more agitated, lifting the pickaxe in his hands up high. Stop. A voice out of nowhere floods into his brain, making the weapon in his hands feel extraordinarily heavy, and his legs feel full of lead. Try as he might, he cannot move.
What the? J-Art, Burberry, what kind of art is this?
Sir, could you allow us a chance to talk things through? Amiya steps forward, stretching her right arm out towards the miners, exposing the Originium crystals on her wrist that were hidden under her sleeve. As you can see, I'm infected. Most of my team are too. We mean you no harm. Please believe me.
Infected? You're infected like us. And with some amazing arts too. You must be those reunion guys.
No, we're not reunion. We're actually Rhodes Island. Can you not see in our uniform? We have it written on our uniforms. What? No, we're not reunion. We are from Rhodes Island. Right here. Do you not see that? Rhodes Island. Rhodes Island. We're from Rhodes Island, a pharmaceutical company.
Oh, my mistake. I thought you were the legendary reunion movement. I knew it. A bunch of infected coming together to form an organization. It's a fantasy, no matter how you look at it.
Have you not heard of Rhodes Island? Like, yes, a bunch of infected coming together to form an organization. Rhodes Island, right here. True, both groups do start with an R. Easy not to be confused. May I ask, where did you hear the name Reunion? What have you heard about this reunion?
Rankin. It was Rankin who told us about it. To the south, real close to the border with Kashmirish, there's a group of infected who found a place of their own, who take in all infected who ask for help, and drive out anyone who wants to do harm to the infected too. Rankin would never lie to anyone, and I really hope it's true too, but Kashmirish is so far away. How are we supposed to get there?
This Rankin, is he a member of Reunion?
Maybe. I'm not too sure, to be honest. But he's our hero. When he's around, the patrol units won't dare mess with us. I heard he rescued those guys who got dragged into the research institute.
Hey, Blabbermouth, we still don't know what these people want.
Oh, right. So, why are you here?
We lost contact with our friends in this area. Have you seen a mobile medical team? There are 9 of them wearing clothes with the same logo as ours, and they would have been handing out medicine here.
Handing out medicine? What, like Santa Claus in fairy tales?
The miners look at each other as if they have just heard the worst joke on Terra. So, what was going on earlier? Point at the cowing patrol unit. What was going on earlier?
Push out. No, wait. They're murderers who wanted to kill us. They locked us up and gave us no food, trying to starve us to death. It must have been because we couldn't dig up anything, so they didn't give us a single bite to eat, right? Stupid bastards. Who the hell even knows how it happened to the vein? The Originium just disappeared all of a sudden. We couldn't take it anymore. We had to run or we would all die.
Is this true?
Why are you looking at me like that? What are you gonna do to me? The mining district has a supply shortage for a while now. More than just a couple of days. We got given about, what, a few loaves of bread this month? We want to know what's going on too. Don't believe me? Gosudar Batyushka, who even has the time to bother with this rabble? If we kill them, then what? Are we supposed to go into the mines ourselves to dig? Eek! What are you doing? Okay, I'll shut up. I'll shut up now. This isn't just happening in 1 or 2 mines. All the far north, the entire mining district. All of us in it. We've been abandoned. We've heard Rankin was the first one to step up. He got rid of all the soldiers and led several hundred people on an escape. And now we've escaped too. We wanted to find his group and leave with them, but they're far away by now. Okay, we told you enough. Since you're infected too, you should get out of here. You should get out of the way and let us kill these bastards.
Sorry, but if I may be brutally blunt for a moment, I can overlook the reasoning of why you have left your mine and treat you as asylum seekers for the time being. But if you actually do kill these unfortunate souls, then things will not go well for you. Lucius, you can't speak to them like that.
What's with the officer in the pretty clothes? Beliat, I should have never trusted you people.
The appearance of the Imperial Guardswomen relights the flames of the miners' ire. They lift up their weapons once more to fence you in, but in fear of your Origini marks, they dare not act rashly. As for the Rada Patrol unit, the moment they see Aloysius, it is as if they have met their savior. They huddle behind her, cowering. It is altogether rather awkward, irreconcilable scene. It looks like if we don't resolve the situation, we cannot continue onwards, can we? Things being what they are, we have no choice. Very well. The guardswoman pulls out some paper from her coat pocket, quickly writing down a few words on it before sealing it with an ornate envelope and handing it to the head miner. Listen up, I have a suggestion that will make everyone happy. Take this letter. The seal on the envelope will ensure that no patrol units harass you so long as you do not provoke them. Head north to Brest sentry post. Hand the letter to the soldiers there, and they will find temporary shelter for you. As for what comes next, discuss it only after getting there. Believe me when I say that this is the only way to a peaceful resolution. In exchange, can you find it in your hearts to let these poor whelps go?
No, you can't. If we don't bring them back, we'll be disciplined.
Enough. You're lucky to be alive as it is.
Why should we trust you? Do you have anyone else you can trust?
Aloysius!
If we go to the shelter you mentioned, will there be enough bread for everyone? Rest assured, if bread is what you need, then bread you shall have.
The head miner takes the proffered letter and then tries to discuss the offer in hushed tones with the other miners. They quickly come to a consensus, and with no hesitation whatsoever, the miners form one long line and start heading north, as if entering the mine just like any other day. The long stretch of miners slowly funnels through the gap between the huts. All the while, Amiya keeps looking towards the north, the procession fading into the distance. Well, they went. That's good. This is the best outcome we could hope for, under the circumstances. I understand, Doctor. We can't help everyone we meet. But Rhodes Island will keep pressing on until the last of our strength has left us. I wonder if it's only like this particular mine that ran out. Since that's how mines pretty much work, though. Once you dig up all the resources, poof. No, if it's every single one. You turn to look at the Imperial Guardswoman behind you, seemingly frivolous, yet always able to take the initiative. We never heard of any supply shortage in the mine district. This is no ordinary control measure. We never heard of any supply shortage.
Yes, I know what you're about to ask me, believe me. I know about as much as you do. We're of like mind when it comes to these misgivings. The Research Institute is not far up ahead. Let us go and find answers there.
Let's go, Doctor. Wee. Central Far North Mine District, Laboratory Ursus. As you walk along the corridor, the echoes of your footsteps are swallowed up by its unending length. Its stone walls lean inwards, as if the grave majesty were about to smother everything up upon the ground. Those who walk along it find themselves lowering their voices, then lowering them further. It's so quiet here.
Rather, it seems that there are no infected here, or anyone for that matter.
Which means...
I've been to several army research institutes before. They tend to be places of chaos, with plenty of people coming and going. Sickbeds that don't fit in the wards are put into the corridors, not too different from a battlefield hospital. There is yelling, wailing, screaming from the infected, but at least they live, at least they struggle on. But here, nothing.
There are traces of fighting in the corridor. Was the institute looted? There are traces of fighting. The entire district appears to be in terrible disarray. If all the abnormal infected from the institute have escaped,
the soldiers of the district have been gravely derelict in their duty. Their leader will not shirk responsibility. Who knows, there may be a great change coming to all of Breskanoi.
The miners have been here. There must be some clues to find. If the miners have been here, there must be some clues to find. We need to find out what happened here.
While we have no accurate blueprints on hand, these sort of buildings usually follow a standard layout. If things are as expected, this hallway should form a loop, with standardized lanes rooms adjoining. Every floor will also have an enclosed observation deck, for easier viewing of what's going on in the mining area. Are you able to detect any of those biosignals you mentioned earlier?
Silence.
Sorry, ma'am, but if you're hoping we could trace signals to a specific room in here, then no can do. The best we can do is confirm signal waves are coming from a certain area. You'll need to go there and inspect things yourself if you want to find the source, like we're doing right now. Alright, I was simply asking. This is a big institute, so I'll head down to the basement to have a look. In the interest of efficiency, how about we split up?
It's dangerous to be alone here. Look at Amiya. I'll go with you, Aloysius.
Sure. I don't mind having someone else helping out.
Monster and I will check upstairs then. Mantra, you and your team should search... You and your team search the ground floor. Maintain comms at all times. Prioritize your own safety, everyone. Nods.
This is a pretty spooky place, and it's an Earth Research Institute. Who knows what strange things are hidden here? Like maybe they were experimenting with using humans and bird and beasts. Monster, if anything goes wrong, get the doctor out of here pronto. No fighting.
I know. No fighting, eh? Mantra, report.
I am here. We have found nothing unusual at our current position. I have eyes on Amiya. She is safe.
About the biosignal, we can trace it more precisely than we let on, correct?
4th floor, mineshaft side. Target is not moving. What? You never told me you could do that, Captain.
We need to be on guard. Deception is not your strong suit. I hope she's the Ksenia monster mentioned.
We're short on time, Doctor. The target's vital signs are unstable.
Unstable is not good. You seem really sure that we find something down here, Aloysius?
Thanks to a little laziness, many Earth and government buildings follow the same standardized layout. If this institute is like the others I've visited, especially when it comes to how they divide up the space for specific uses, then there should be something left in the basement. The dead cannot get up and leave, after all.
Do you mean this basement is a morgue?
A temporary one, with incinerators equipped to handle the remains of the severely infected.
Aha! I knew it. Although power to the freezing mechanism has been cut, the basement was still colder than the snow-dusted outdoors. The young guardswoman runs her hand across the coffins, which leaves behind a layer of frosty condensation on her fingers.
These coffins have been used. They must have lost power just before the evacuation. Could you take the right side of the room? Gosposa Amiya, we'll open them up one by one to check.
Aloysius!
What is it? Oh, how careless of me. You might never have seen a corpse before. Then call someone over. No need to trouble yourself.
No, that's not important right now. The infected remains are very dangerous. If they have disintegrated and we open the coffin lids, this entire room might become a high orgenium dust environment. Before Mia has even finished speaking, the guardswoman pushes open a coffin. There is no release of orgenium dust, yet Aloysius' expression turns grave. What is going on here? Aloysius does not answer, instead turning to open another coffin, then yet another.
The corpse is interred here. None of them is infected.
Ooh?
Wait, stay back, Amiya. They must have been performing some kind of experiments on the uninfected. That's all I can glean here, and that's all you need to know. There is no need for you to personally examine them.
Oh no, maybe the joke about the fusions are actually a thing. Thank you for your concern, but I think I should. Amiya anticipated something like this the moment she stepped into the institute. Sorrow shrouded her mind. It chills and clings to her. Suffering is smeared onto every wall in this place. Humanity's frail fingers are too weak to leave any trace on that stone and steel. Not even blood can find purchase here. All that can remain is hate. Only hate. Amiya does her utmost to ignore the spectral arm stretched out towards her. In the silence, she listens to the beating of her heart echoing through her chest. Ooh. A dozen or so corpses, all in abject misery. Each of them has been twisted into incomprehensible forms. Their skin is ruptured, exposing their viscera and bones. They barely even look human. It is as if their frames have been subject to some enigmatic force, intent on warping them both inside and out, until they neared complete destruction. Who knows how long they were subject to this agony? Who knows how they suffered during this torment? Ew.
Are you alright?
Amiya does not feel fear. Rage. She feels only rage. Mantra. The very next instant, a familiar voice answers.
I am here. What is it, Amiya?
Aloysius and I are in the morgue in the basement. We can confirm that the Institute was conducting large-scale human experimentation. Experimental methods unknown. The victims we have discovered are all uninfected. No clues in the abnormal infected at the moment.
Understood. I'll inform the doctor. Stay safe and stay in touch.
We can see that our earlier worries are more clearly defined now. The situation here, or rather, in the far north, is much worse than our intelligence suggested. The strong emotion attacking me in this institute, along with everything we experienced on our way here, like the patrol units harassing the infected, and the contamination created by the Royal Guard. All this goes to show that the issues here extend far beyond the infected mutations. Who are we gonna find up here in the cell? Amia and Aloysius found something. The institute really was conducting illegal human experiments. However, we're still unsure of the cause of the abnormal infections. They really were. No matter who our target is, there must be some information waiting. Where is she anyway? I searched all the rooms on the mineshaft side and nobody was there. What about the locked rooms? Same thing, the locks are old-fashioned, easy enough to pry open. I'm gonna assume they're probably trying to make super soldiers. But regardless of the status of their locks, most of the rooms had nothing except for things like empty shelves and cabinets or loose graph paper. Could she have left? Or maybe we're looking in the wrong place. What do you mean? Aloysius says that every floor has an enclosed observation deck. I never found anything like... Wait, that can't be. It's regular rooms the entire way around the loop. And we checked every single one. There's not enough space in this weird building for an observation deck. Maybe on the mineshaft side, there's a hidden door we haven't discovered yet. A room within a room. Oh, a distinct voice. The voice comes out of nowhere, hoarse and fragmented. It creeps upwards from the ankles of the listeners, up to their napes, coming to an icy standstill in the back of their minds. It sounds human, but it's hard to verify. Did you hear that, monster? A voice. Did you hear that? I did, up ahead. I remember the room. The lights here are broken, so stay behind me, Doctor. Behind the door is a hidden door. Is hidden another, this one unlocked. Though the hands of humanity once left their heat upon this handle, now it is cold as ice. Monster pushes open the small, light door. Within the darkness, the visitors are greeted by a feeble candlelight. Hello? The first sound they hear is not the voice of a human, but the wet, squelching sound of viscous liquid. Molten wax drips melting into the disorderly, blackening dark red stains on the floor and splattering onto scattered sheets of paper. And on those sheets, next to some handprints, a list of formulae is scrawled out, tremblingly penned like screeches of fear and anger. Meaningless. It's all meaningless. Great Ursa sits atop all creation, but vast domain lies barren, aside from a never-ending disaster. Professor Ilya, I finally see that you're right. You're right, absolutely right. But where are you? Where have you gone? I tried my best, tried so hard, but in the end it didn't even matter. I wanted to look for you all, I wanted to. But now, all I can do is take everything away. Take it all away. Then, I will find you. Well, we found the one we were looking for. The woman stretches out her hand, bringing a sheet of paper up to the candle's flame. The fire soon consumes half of it. She watches it burn with an insatiable gaze, completely unaware of the company by her side. Ksenia! You're Ksenia, right? Monster rushes up to crush the burning paper, extinguishing it with her bare hands before it can grow into an inferno. She's surprised to find that the slumped-over woman is surrounded by a tangle of wires. Where do these wires lead? If they had not intervened in time, what would the ensuing blaze have led to? Did she just say Ilya? She did. I heard it too. Is that you, Ksenia? You've grown. You look different from before. Why did you leave with everyone else? No apparent response to sound. She may have entered a dissociative state. Move her to the side. Keep calling her name. Ksenia, Ksenia. Ksenia, I will find you. These papers on the ground? You gathered up all the sheets that were by your feet, flipping through them by candlelight. They are not what you imagine, not failed formulae or blank sheets of paper. The words written on them are clear, and are in grammatical Ursine. What I'm about to write is not meant to be known by any living soul, for there is no meaning in leaving behind words about me, or the things I love. What I write here is merely my recollection and repentance, for me to take to my grave. I believe researching the sarcophagus was a grand undertaking, with clean energy for the Ursine people close at hand, but the ember of that hope was ultimately snuffed out by our own divisions. I was fortunate enough to escape that unjust massacre due to my ignorance, but my good fortune was itself unjust, for the price I paid was being forced to live the rest of my life in panicked mediocrity. I have nowhere to go, no home to return to. The talent I was so proud of is useless. My life has amounted to nothing. Aw. Ksenia. I'm Monster. Do you remember? Do you remember Kelsey? I'm... Ksenia. It seems that whenever we are given the opportunity to advance, we'll always find a reason to hesitate. This interminable failure of a life has made me truly understand those words I read so many years ago in a book, words I once scoffed at. The reason why Ursus is constantly flooded with sorrow and injustice is because we lag behind other nations in many aspects. No matter how many truths we discover or accomplishments we make, this backwardsness will ruthlessly extinguish the fires of our inspiration. This appears to be a suicide note. Still no reaction from her. Does it say where the sarcophagus ended up after it left Chernobog? No, but it mentions researching some kind of material. I think it's describing mutations in Ursine infected. Oka should have had a chance to turn things around, but just like every other opportunity that passed me by, it was fleeting. Was my research wrong yet again? Or is this inexplicable miraculous substance from the mines truly nothing out of the ordinary? It clearly contains no energy, yet it so callously tortures those patients who are already suffering from disease, driving them mad, making them act in unusual ways, even allowing them to accomplish the impossible. I do not know, but I'm unwilling to be the one who inflicts even more pain on them. Fortunately, I need not continue. That is all I have to say. Now all I can do is make guesses using metaphysics like some sort of poet. Oka may simply be a part of Ursus's essence buried deep in the ground. It revels in the suffering of those it abhors, all behind a mighty, harmless countenance. Enough. Stop heaping your egotistical and founded learning upon this man-made calamity, Ksenia. Once more, you're a despicable survivor. You should have died 20 years ago at the hands of those soldiers, or here, at the hands of the angry infected. But now, it all comes to an end. Ksenia. We know for sure that she's Ksenia. What is Oka? Oka. Ksenia? Can kill the Royal Guard. It's dangerous. Interesting. I wonder what this Oka is. I'm glad we made it in time. Dividing line. The time has come. Those who stay shall suffer, and even those who leave are not immune. Wow, it's all fear, all pain, all suffering. I see how it is. Just wow. Central Far North Mine District Laboratory, Ursus. Did she just say Royal Guard? I heard her say kill the Royal Guard even. So she means the substance called Oka killed the Royal Guard? Is that possible? A sort of demonic product even scarier than their dominion? An unidentified substance discovered from the mines. Used by the researchers to experiment on both infected and non-infected. An unidentified substance. Results proved to worsen or repeat these symptoms. Maybe it's just a special name for a substance? We can't come to a conclusion before we've seen it ourselves. Ksenia, look at me. Can you remember anything? Your... Monster thinks his attempts will be as fruitless as the last, but the woman's glazed eyes suddenly pop wide open. She immediately clutches the clothes before her, pulling Monster close. You're the director? Director Kelsey? Did you come here for me? I want to go back. I want to go see the professor. I want to see Professor Ilya and Liuda. Ugh, but they... I don't think they'll want to see me, right? A coward like me who couldn't do anything. Do I still deserve to see them? Oh, I feel bad for her. However, the woman does not wait for Monster to respond before releasing her grip and returns to her prior position on the floor. No, something's off. You're not the director. I never saw her again, just like the others. She wouldn't be here. I even saw those who came after her, and they... Who'd you see? Was one of them a short Liberry who's always smiling? Liberry? Yes, I've seen her. Where'd she go? I don't know. The group that killed the royal guard. She was with those infected. They'll die. Everyone will die. Ugh, I don't know. She needs a sedative. She's dehydrated. So the information we've been getting... The miner's escape is related to the royal guard. Mantra mentioned that the contamination caused by the royal guard is spreading south. So the answer's obvious. But did the royal guard really get killed? By a bunch of miners? How's it possible? Perhaps we should consider what it means if it is indeed real. The Grand Duchess actually locked the miners down to cover up the fact that a royal guard died in her domain? But that's impossible. Be the Tsar of the armies. They won't let the matter die so easily. If she was really trying to cover it up, she wouldn't have agreed to let us in from the start. Does the Imperial Guard know about this too? That's right. That's exactly what we need to consider. Let's contact Mantra and Amiya first.
Roger, Doctor. Likewise, we have made progress here that coheres to your information. There are traces of fighting and some medical equipment lying around. Rhodes Island standard issue. We'll meet you ASAP.
Understood, Doctor. We'll be right there.
What is it? Have your companions discovered something?
I'm afraid we can only explain after we regroup. Aloysius, are there any other leads we should be aware of?
There are limits to what I know, and I can't drop any more useful conclusions. If needed, it would be acceptable to let your doctor come here to investigate. Although, this only makes me more certain that the army has no moral baseline whatsoever.
Could I ask if you know anything else about what happened in the mines?
What do you want to know? The experiments conducted here, or something about the mutated infected? What's wrong?
Amiya's always resisted using her powers in such situations, and in such a manner. But still, she tries to probe the Imperial Guard's mind. Aloysius' head shows only her hazy doubts, and no guilty conscience. Nothing, let's go. Aloysius is just upfront about everything. She's a good girl. She's the most blunt person, which is good. Doctor, these papers, and the suicide note, what should we do with them? This note barely mentions the sarcophagus. The guardswoman gave us information, so we should repay the favor. Is it over? What a quest. Oh, I'm sure there's a secret or two buried here, searching this deep. Well, we did see the beginning. Like the one with the powers. Wait, who is this? The guardswoman's gaze rests on the pale-faced woman leaning against the wall, eyes shut. A researcher who didn't evacuate. Her name is Ksenia. We wanted to ask her if she's seen our friends, since the researchers should have bumped into our mobile medical team, but she's been in a daze and is severely dehydrated, so it's unwise to press her.
And these candles and wires in the ground?
My guess is her attempt to take her own life. Doctor, what exactly happened here? We came just in time to prevent an explosion. The situation is complex. We came just in time. True, we don't know what year that incident was.
And what are those papers in your hand?
A suicide note. You should take a look at it. Hand it to her.
A researcher who achieved nothing, a mysterious substance called Oka, and human experimentation. It seems the dead we saw down below were killed by this Oka. They were really conducting human experiments here.
Yeah, Alicia. What do you think of that, huh?
Damn, I was just making an offhand remark back there.
I know, right? He's like, shoot, my joke came real. Oops.
Shakes head. Humph, I see the Grand Duchess has truly hidden many things. But what was the point of the experiment? I'm not surprised the researchers resorted to such base methods, but they should have had some sort of goal. And this researcher hasn't said anything?
It seems like some research materials have been destroyed on purpose, but it's unclear if it was done by the miners or the researchers.
So we still don't know how those mutated infected came about. Though we now know that at least that the miners who are still alive have escaped and save for this one researcher. They're the only clue we have to cracking this case.
The infected miners left after ransacking the place. They went south, our only clue.
We should hurry. How long will it take until this researcher is well enough to field questions?
Hard to tell. She's severely dehydrated and in a pretty bad state too, so we should prioritize her recovery.
What a pain. We don't know how long it's been since they left, but we should grab the chance to catch up, since you know where they went. Though there's no way we can bring this woman along with us who can't even move on her own.
Monster and I will stay here and look after Ksenia. The rest of you, go after the miners.
Are you sure you want to stay here by yourselves? It's your choice, but I still have to remind you. No one knows what's going on with the mines in the far north, so no one can guarantee your safety.
Aw, she's worried. How nice of her. We'll keep ourselves safe. You can trust in Amiya's command. Doctor? You can do it, Amiya. Trust your own judgment. You can do it, Amiya.
I will go with Amiya. Doctor, I hope your efforts prove fruitful.
Once Ksenia can move again, we'll come find you. Signal should gradually improve upon leaving the contaminated zone. We'll come find you.
So it's settled.
Doctor, if the signal doesn't improve, we'll come back here after we find the miners to regroup with you. Nods.
Very good then. That is our backup plan. Let us hurry now.
Let's go! Central North Mining District, Ursus, 3 days ago.
Over here. Hurry! God, what's the rush? This lousy positioning system works only half the time. It might not even be here. Last time it was a burden beast that escaped just to find some grass to chomp on, and this thing only sent the signal to the outpost after it ran more than 10 miles away. How do you know if it won't be the same this time? Technically, no one should be at the south exit since it's been sealed for a long time. Huh? How did you get here from over there? No, you're not even a member of our squad. What are you doing here? That's my question to ask. This area isn't under your jurisdiction, is it? It's past the time to care who's covering where. The one who gets the news and clutches the runaway infected first gets the credit. Now get lost. You're in my way. According to you, I was here first. The credit goes to my squad, no. Whoever finds those Gano first gets the credit. What are you doing, Tosha? Stop wasting your time with him and continue your search. Over here. They're all hiding. Ha ha ha. What did he find to laugh like that? Go and see.
Oh no, what did they find?
There's a hole up ahead and they're just huddled in there, thinking we wouldn't find them. Obosemoy. Ha ha ha, this is too funny. Do they think it was a trench? Tosha, Gesha, get everyone and drag those burden beast brains out here. The positioning data shows that there are quite a few of those runaway infected miners. Do you need our help?
I don't know if they even see them, properly. I think it's just the chips.
How many heads are in your squad? We're a small one, just 6 of us. This big group. If you say so, we're the only two remaining idle squads around here, and we got here first. So you have to share the spoils, even if you don't want to. What? Arg!
A shrill shriek breaks off from the stale standoff. Sounds of struggle and bones broken by blunt instruments immediately follow.
What's going on? Help! Save us! They've gone mad! Oh my god, these infected are all crazy!
Okay, I guess they were there.
You're not wrong. You witnessed both the wrath and madness of the infected.
I think it's so funny though, they're just in a hole. And then the others didn't expect it to fight back at all. Like, man, you really didn't think they would fight at all? Like, really? Not at all. Like, ow, that hurt. I didn't think they'd actually hurt us. That's so mean. Why would they do such a thing to us? Ouchies. Like, come on, dudes. Like, be for reals now. Okay. Oh, let's get cleared up a tiny bit more. And just a bit more. And this is fine. Go get him. Good job. Okay, please get that little cart thing. Very good. You know, healer sounds good. Imagine being healthy. Being properly healthy. Hey, so far so good. Eh, why not? Lulu needs to put in some work. Wee. Just a bit more, please. You enemies, you don't want to appear. Come on. I activated Susie's skill. Come on, please. Are you just gonna take your sweet time? How freaking dare you? Wait, take care of that side. Good job. And done. Woohoo! Managed to do the thing. Phew! And this will probably be the last section of the day. Flickering pain. Ah, what a great thing to say. Fear forces a swift decision, whether correct or not. Can you just, like, not, though? I would not feel the pain. Oh, we're starting with the fight. Okay. No fear, no pain. All fear, all pain. I want Rankin to get out safely. I'm rooting for him. I respect how it's just like, in every lifetime, I would choose to still do the thing and get infected. It's like, dang, dude. Respect. I'm not sure if he actually knows, like, Tulu by name. Maybe he just knows that reunion is a thing. Like, given how little information they actually have. Okay, so far so good. Hey. Oh, that is so satisfying. You know, Mumu to stay here. Why not? Do the thing, Mumu. And these two can stay here because, well, they'll put in all the work from a distance anyways. It doesn't matter. No need to be close to anything if you can just work from there. Okay, this kind of works out. Just a bit more. Come on, enemies, you know you want to appear faster. Just a bit more. Ta-da! Easy. Central Far North Mine District Laboratory, Ursus. Ugh. Hi, Ksenia. Ksenia! Ksenia, are you awake? How are you feeling? Feeling? I don't know. Am I supposed to feel something? You're not Kelsey. No, you were never her. Why did I even ask you that? Suka, my head. What am I even saying? I'm Monster, an operator of Rhodes Island, and also a companion to Kelsey. Monster, a familiar name, though I don't remember where I heard it. And what about you? Where are you? Easy now, no need to rush. I'm Misaki. We're from Rhodes Island. We need your help. We're from Rhodes Island. So you're indeed connected to Director Kelsey. Rhodes Island. Serafina talked to me about that place. What sort of help do you need? What help can I even give you, as I am now? Take this back. Oh, Bog, burn it. I thought I'd be awake enough to destroy it myself, but it seems staying sober did not save me from this headache anyway. This was written for the dead, and I hope it did not cause you any offense. Sorry, but we read it. We have questions. Sorry, but we read it. You are a sarcophagus researcher in Chernobog. Your writing and way of addressing Kelsey prove this as well. You are a sarcophagus researcher. That was a long time ago. I was just an assistant then, following Professor Ilya around and running basic data analysis. I barely had any significant ties to the project. But now I see this as the very link to my ruin. I'd rather all that had never happened at all. But you still treat Kelsey as a director, and the research is still in your mind. Ooh, yeah, Ludmilla might recognize her. Do you know where the sarcophagus is currently located? Or where it possibly could have gone? It's complicated to explain, but we really have to find the sarcophagus. No, wait, explain. What do you mean by currently located? Is it not in Chernobog? What? Oh, she's not even informed at all. So not only is the sarcophagus no longer in Chernobog, the city itself has completely changed. I don't know what happened, and I have no clue where it went either. Sorry, I can't help you. Then, do you know of... Artyom Chadev? You... How do you know this name? Let's skip that first. You know him, right? Did he ever tell you anything about the sarcophagus? No, I've actually never met him. You... what? After the incident in Chernobog that year, someone with a name contacted me by mail. He called himself a friend of Professor Ilya, expressed his condolences about what happened, and showed a willingness to help out a student of his old friend and recommend me to some other laboratories within the country. I once thought it was a nasty joke, until the well-funded labs mentioned in the letter actually came looking for me. This would happen a few more times. Indeed, he gave me many rare opportunities. But even now, I have no idea of who this man is, or why he helped me. He contacted you again recently. Yes, he invited me to Deity Griffithburg, claiming there was an important project I could deploy my skills on. But I was tired. What could I even do? Looking back at what I did, all I could bring was more calamity. If I had to choose where to end my miserable life, Let it be in the frozen soil out here in the far north. Director, what do we do now? The project in Grifferberg sounds somewhat suspicious. It sounds like she doesn't know anything about it either. It sounds suspicious. It sounds very, very suspicious. Ksenia, how did you come to know about Serafina? Also, since you never met the person directly, the letters could be some of the letters could be faked. The lab had to supervise the mobile medical team in the mine district, so we got acquainted rather quickly. Though we never spoke much to each other, they don't allow researchers to get too close to another, to anyone unrelated to the project. It's a bit too late now. If you wanted to find her, she left the lab with your people. With that group of miners. That's all I know. What does this Oka mention you're writing? What kind of experiments did you do on the infected miners? What is this Oka? A wretched mistake. I didn't know. I had no idea that they would use Oka to do those things. Calm down. There's still time to rectify mistakes. Central Far North Mining District, Ursus. The Central Mining District is huge, and all of the mines are connected by a surface transport system. Stations are installed at every mine to deliver raw ore to be washed, processed, and stored in the warehouse. The map seems to indicate this is the largest warehouse, and the worker dormitories are right next to it, with the south mine exit behind. This layout... Storing Originium in a warehouse so close to the dormitories does not mean they trust the miners, but that they absolutely do not care about the hazard posed by the active Originium particles.
Amiya.
Yes? Did you find something?
A chip. I saw it from the research lab terminal. Every miner here has a positioning chip in them. This could be where the miners we met earlier were found by the patrol unit. Before the miners we were chasing chose to leave, they must have gotten rid of these.
Did they tear the chips themselves?
Shakes head.
You're right, Captain. In the south dorms we found badges, hemostats, and other medical equipment, all Rhodes Island issue. There's blood on the badges and equipment. They turned the metal beds into a makeshift operating table. I might have performed surgery on it.
I suspect quite a big fight happened here, and the injured had to patch up their wounds. So those are normal findings. Shakes head. Captain's asking if you've seen any tracking chips that were forcibly removed.
No sign of any such thing. No, we swept this area. As Aloysius said, the man-made damage inside and outside the warehouse seemed to imply a fight broke out. But I think it was a minor scuffle unless the fresh snow is covering up some of the aftermath.
Nods. Alright, good work. Captain, should we go take a look?
There's no answer, but the Phidia walks straight into the warehouse's direction. The soldier pauses and then follows the group's footsteps. Maybe that's what happens when the Originium runs out in the mines. You find Oka.
Looks like he figured it out, to be honest. I called it a big fight because...
The guardswoman steps to one side and motions Elysium to help lift a waterproof sheet. The revealed hold is filled with an uneven matter covered up with a white substance that at a glance appears to be thick and dirty snow. The smell doesn't seem to be snow.
Correct, it's limestone. And below it are corpses. I told your operator earlier that I already investigated the area, and they took it as is, and did not search the place any further. I wasn't going to tell you about this. They probably wanted to burn the bodies first before realizing they couldn't get a big enough fire going, and resorted to whatever was around, quicklime to cover the stench, and the waterproof sheet to hide the hole. It worked since we didn't smell the blood, yes? Shakes head. Captain's saying that the dead are patrol unit members. I can't say for sure. I'll climb down the hole and find out just who our unlucky customers are.
I'll help.
It's fine, just pull me up later.
Aloysius jumps right down and stands on the edge of the hole as she wipes some limestone off. She grabs a sleeve, quickly drops it, and goes over to check the clothes on the next body.
Alright, could you help me back up?
Before anyone extends her hand, Mantra moves her thick tail down and wraps it around Aloysius to hoist her up, then releases her gently onto the ground.
Ugh. I've never been treated like this.
Is he jealous? Aloysius like, what Mantra? You never given me uppies. I want uppies.
Shakes head. Alright, not the best time for that. So sorry, Captain. I'll get to the point. Most of the bodies down there are indeed patrol unit members. The first and second layers, at least. I found this too.
The crowd looks at the fragile crystal fragment in her hand. Most of it has been charred, but the neat circuit proves it used to be a chip.
Quite a few on the ground down there. Fragments like this one, or even less.
It seems like they made a difficult choice.
You're putting it lightly. Shakes head. Captain says the miners probably attracted the patrol units with their chips, and then off them all in one shot. After all, they only got the time to remove everyone else's chips after eliminating their pursuers. This sort of organization and ability, certainly not your garden variety miners. Their leader definitely has military expertise, or perhaps something else.
Something else?
A nursing folktale. The great Yorodstvo descends upon those in distress and leads them out of dire straits, just like a tale born of boredom, though. Just a tale born of boredom, though, so don't pay it much mind. But we ought to find them before their actions become more radical. After all, it's just the patrol unit today, but tomorrow it could be the military police. And then, it might just be the Royal Guard.
We have to find them before things get even worse. Elysium's the best translator. And he has a thing for the cool quiet types. He loves hanging out with Mantra probably, based on like his reactions, and heck, he loves thorns. Like sure, Elysium loves everyone, but in particular, he does have lean towards a certain type. Mantra? What are you looking for? Mantra's eyes sweep through her surroundings, and after a long silence, Amiya hears her voice in her mind.
The young Imperial Guardswoman reminded me of something. The Yorodstvo.
I remember seeing that word in Dr. Kelsey's documents. It was related to Ursine research on demons.
A long time ago, I too was on Ursine soil. After a few mishaps, I was taken to be a Yorodstvo. Only then did I learn of an unrecorded Ursus secret, so hidden that even libraries in the Sargon cities of gold did not know it. The people of Ursus venerate the Yorodstvo. They believe the Yorodstvo's love transcends both the mortal realm and suffering, that this is how it has the power to lead one astray.
So you think what's happening here is related to the Yorodstvo? But shouldn't the Yorodstvo be at the heart of deity Grifferberg?
Only a hunch of mine. Everything that has happened here gives me a sense of unsettling familiarity.
Amiya follows Mantra's gaze and scans the area, but does not catch anything unusual. Yeah, I guess she was a cat too. Or she could have been the young woman at the beginning.
Perhaps I was overthinking, but I also found some unexpected delight. Right in his left, a beacon nearby.
Using her? Wonderful! So this is how you and Radian communicate?
Nods. Back at Babel, Radian was my first assistant. But her talent far exceeded that role, and she led her own squad after becoming an elite operator.
I heard there used to be many on Rhodes Island who feared you before Radian joined us.
Occasionally, it proves to be true. Some of our colleagues are better at speaking than thinking. Interactions can be problematic, while I'm no expert at explanation. This is how the fearsome reputation got passed around the Rhodes Island water coolers. A few emergency operations where I probed into the mines without prior notice. And after several rounds of exaggerated retellings, I became a witch who could stick my hand into their heads to toy with their minds.
Oh, I heard this one. In the story Teresa told me, I thought it was a Sarkis legend.
Perhaps that was a true Sarkis tale. The speaker would have been defending me, In saying that, after Radiant joined Babel, she stood among those defending my reputation. But today, Elysium is the flag bearer in that regard, as are you.
It's our responsibility.
Nods. Just as I thought. Found them.
Mantra reaches out to wipe snow off the beacon's base, and slowly the symbols on it are revealed. She feels the faint signals left on them, and some words gradually float into her mind. Ursa's Cashmere's border, reunion. Well, that shows where they're going for sure. Central Far North Mine District, Ursus, 3 days ago.
You know what, Doctor? We beat those patrol unit monsters.
Please calm down and don't move. It's a deep wound.
Haha, no big deal. My life would have been well lived, even if all I managed was ending the lives of those brutes. How can I even relax like this? I never imagined this. Those high and mighty patrol unit guys couldn't either, I bet. That one day they would have to bow down to the infected.
He even asked me to spare his life. Lucky I went straight for his head.
Rankin was right. No one can trade on us forever. We'll drag those old bastards down from the ivory towers one by one and let them have a taste of the ground.
But... She probably retained some of the useful arts.
Rankin, we've already searched the place. A total of 10 Earthside medium-sized military trucks. With little fuel left, if everyone gets on, it'll only last around 200 kilometers. Besides, weapons and medicine, we found some food and water. It's not much, though it's no medicine either. That's pretty good already. I don't think these were worth the price we paid. Right, we discovered a container door with extra encryption on it. We need an identification code. Can anyone here tell me what other secrets are lying around here? Patrolling the mines at this hour, on this day. No telling me you stumbled here from boredom. I don't know. I'm just a driver, no better than a bird and beast. I go wherever the captain tells me to. The code or your life, choose. I don't know, I really don't know. They've never given us a code to prevent the goods from running off. Only the recipient can open it. Running off? What kind of thing would do that? Answer me. What the hell's inside those containers? Nikto, give me one of those explosives. Rankin, what are you? Just do what they say.
Rankin sticks a small origin bomb on the container's lock. A simple move, but he almost drops it from how fast he's breathing. Ooh, what's in the lock?
Ah.
Well, what's in the container? What's in the box? The door slowly falls. Rankin sees no fewer than 30 to 40 bodies packed in a 10-meter squared container, all along the seas with no exception. Ew! Some have struggled to the very last, their originium crystals piercing into neighbors with messy, bloody wounds. No doubt, they were stuffed in here, still alive. Ew! Rankin can no longer tell what stole their lives away, and he does not wish to think about it.
Did you know? What? Drop the act! Who was it? Who gave you the order? The mine boss. No, the Grand Duchess. She must do it. She cares about the miners here. Those in charge here get punished if the headcount drops. They always have to patch up the gap by buying some infected with their own funds whenever one miner escapes. Sometimes they get non-infected to solve their problem, and it costs more. But I have nothing to do with all that. Look, you already killed the actual bad guys. I'm just a driver who listens to his boss. I'm the same as you, right? Infected, sir, please, let me go. I promise I'll desert the patrol unit. Just pretend I died. No, we're different, you and I. None of us willingly became infected, but you had a choice. You could have chosen not to stand on the same side as those murderers. There's no reason I should forgive you. Rankin, we're done organizing the food we found. These patrol unit guys have it good. Tonight we can. Father?
Oh.
What? Father, is that... Really you? Wonderful, please, explain to him. Tell him I'm not evil, my father isn't infected. How could I hate them? Ganea, didn't you go to Grifferberg? I did, I really did. I didn't lie to you. But I needed money to stay alive, even in Grifferberg. They don't just hand out bread and mead. Being a driver was the only option I had. Father, please, save me. I'll never do this again. Holly.
He silently stares at the oblivious elderly miner, then gestures at Holly with his head to look at the container.
I won't try to reform him, much less release him. If he truly is your son...
Rankin throws a knife on the ground and walks away.
Ah. No, wait. This is not my boy, is it? Father?
Even the late autumn weather fails to prevent the corpse's rotting stench from spreading out into the air. Ew, stinky! The old miner's gaze shifts between the mess of mangled limbs and the dark depths of the container, and the tall young man before him. Finally, he shakes his head incessantly, as if refusing to believe the truth.
My son wouldn't say such words. He wouldn't do something this disgraceful. You're just a damn bastard. Why? Why do you wear my son's skin? Why do you live in his body?
Originally trembling, the old miner explodes into rage, knocking the man down to the ground. His fists rain like a storm, as if trying to drive something out of the body. The man has no strength to resist.
Who are you? Who the hell are you? Or poor Ganea. His soul should have been saved. This isn't how he should have been. It was you, abomination, that left him with nowhere to go. Just... die.
Well, that's the way to end the night. Like, Ganea, you chose a shitty job. Well, he gave him the choice. Like, he didn't... The dad didn't have to kill his son. But he decided on his own. It's like, well, if that is your son, it's up to you what to do with him. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna leave this here, and bye. Which is super oof. It's like, Dad, it's me, it's your son, it's your boy. It's like, son, you're dealing with this kind of shit. Ah, you're not my son. Like, come on, dude. Oh man, though. I wonder how many other moments are gonna be like that. Sheesh, though, they were just transporting a bunch of bodies. Huh. Extremely bitter. Like, dang, this place is a mess. I do want to have some hope for Rankin's group, though. Like, oh, Rankin's group. I would like for them to be able to make it out. Join up with Reunion. Or Rhode Island, either way. Like, that can be fine. I do want to figure out what Oka is. Hopefully by next time I can see Oka, if not at the very end of the chapter. And if it's not going to even show Oka during this entire thing, that would be such a tease. Yeah. They can only do so much. I do love how blunt Aloysius is. Like, with her actions, she does seem a little bit sus. But even Amiya was like, let me just make sure you're not lying. Ah, she's not lying, she's just like this. Like, oh, Aloysius, you're just extremely straightforward to a fault. Like, sure, you'll hide a little bit, but you're not gonna be too bad, so it's fine. I wouldn't mind keeping Aloysius. Like, she's fine to me. Like, Aloysius, please stay safe. I do like you so far. But yeah, it's gonna be fun continuing tomorrow. My goal is to hopefully see Oka. I wanna know what Oka is. Oka, please. And yeah. A very, very good start. But yeah, I'll continue more tomorrow. So after this, I'm gonna grab my brownie. So with that being said, thank you everyone for stopping by the stream. I hope everyone has a great rest of your day and epic gacha luck. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye. Brownie time. Delicious brownie.